not be the exact same questions. There's probably like 8 of those tests.
Yeah.
It'll be one like it with different numbers. But
Like I said, this was just a hint. And we get to be-
well, that should be paid time if you're taking a postal exam. Do what? Still.
It's the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway, and get ready for Snoops. He's a college professor, she's a diplomatic liaison, and they're having the time of their lives, while others are losing theirs. Get ready for Tim Reed and Daphne Maxwell Reed, the most stylish twosome ever to solve a crime. Get ready for Snoops, Friday on CBS. And now, you have a second chance at winning any unclaimed grand prizes by entering the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway Second Chance Sweepstakes. Look for details here at Kmart.
I won't put on my bikini till I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
I won't put on my jogging shorts till I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
Neat works better than razors. Look, razors only cut at the surface, but Neat works below skin surface. 5 days later, you see stubble on the razor leg, but the Neat leg is still smooth, so you look better in your bikini.
Before I go out with Billy, I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
Cocoa butter lotion and now cream, too. Neat for smoother legs.
All right, let's get
longer.
started with the sound check.
All right, let's go with the sound check, everybody. God damn it. Boom, boom.
Talking to the microphone, please.
Speaking to the mic.
You got a train rolling through here?
That's
Yeah.
an airplane.
I've been out lately.
Is it running off of your hill?
No,
Makes that fucking
that's-
hill shake.
It's like it's landing here.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's military aircraft from the big
Oh,
air
it
show.
The warthogs were out. They had more warthogs than any fucking thing, and it was a little,
Oh, you went?
no, I'm just saying, I saw them in
Yeah,
the
I can see
sky.
them over in my area. There's
Yeah,
a
and it's like-
C-130, and I only know that because of video games.
Right.
Flying
Fucking
around.
sad.
But
It's
after
not
you
sad.
see,
Half of your information's from video games.
It's not true at all.
that is
Mhm.
true.
I know
Like
it is.
90% of my information's from books, 10% from video games.
But after you see, like, your
Fiction
ninth
books,
or
not
10th
non-fiction books. Let me be clear.
fictional. Yeah. The ghost in the fucking machine. I don't know. After you see like a dozen warthogs, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to see something else.
Do we have any headphones on?
Yeah, mine aren't.
Mine
working.
sound wonderful, actually, compared
They're
to.
not. It's that fucking cable. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, I see it blinking now.
Something just happened.
It's on now.
I think I hit it.
It's on.
Can
you hear Fred?
Of the tape off. Yeah, I'm good now.
All right, good.
For now.
That's fine. Just don't hit the cord.
I didn't hit the cord in the first place.
Yeah, you kind of did. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You must have, because they were working, and then when you sat down over there and they weren't working, so...
I can see the green light also, so I think we're in good shape there.
All right. Well, that's working.
Everything's working.
We're green in our box.
Check it.
Sounds like
A
a Castlevania boss.
little bit.
All right, you ready?
Might as well. Dude, we gotta play these calls this week. I've been fucking up and not
There
playing
you
them.
go.
So that's the only
Nope.
problem.
What the actual fuck's
Nah,
going
skip
on?
it. Fuck it. You recording this?
I love this start. Let's keep this.
Wonderful. It's good every time. Broadcasting live from the big house. It's the longest 2 hours in podcasting. This is out for delivery.
Feels like it.
Hello, yes, welcome in the program, everybody. We're winding down season 7 finally. Just a couple more to go. Hang in there. I'm Colonel Brian, and it's horse gambling season once again. So listen to this. Roadster, trained by my good friend Bob Baffert, is my horse for the Kentucky Derby, no matter what.
Me and you're going to have to talk later.
We're going to talk, but he's a closer. Did you see the race?
No, I
Did you
didn't.
see this, Santa Anita?
I know who you're talking about,
Fucking
though.
horse is on fire. St. Jazz, good morning. Hello.
Good morning. I'm gonna upset Jason by telling him the door's open.
Oh, Jesus. The door's cracked. It's not necessarily open.
Sorry.
Why? Why say anything? You know? Let's just let it go.
Let her have her fun.
I know,
I'm
but
not trying to
Jesus.
have fun. I just wanted it.
No, no,
When
there's
she
a smile
shoves
when
him,
you said
when
it.
she pushes him over the edge, then we all pay. There's a price.
The door
I'm
being
waiting for
open
Wolf
kind of
to
bothers me
fuck.
some.
Leave it open.
All right,
again.
now the fucking door's cracked. Now the door's closed. I was gonna say it was cracked and have him turn around again, but I said, hey, why buy into that bit? I don't need that shit.
No, the doors being open bothers me a little.
Funko Fred, my betting partner.
Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And my
You still have-
stockbroker's not here. My money manager's not here. The bag man, he's here. After Lots Jason, sir.
General sirs.
Morning to you.
You said this was season 7? For
Yeah, this is nearing the end here. I think the 24th episode.
We're catching Game of Thrones, buddy. Season
We're
8,
catching a lot of
tonight.
them. We're picking them up and mowing them fucking down. Grrr.
Grr.
I
Two
like
new
that.
additions to the green room this week, gentlemen.
Oh, let's take a look. Let's peruse.
Oh,
we got
actually,
it.
it's 3 new additions. I think is what it is what was in
Fucking
there.
jelly beans are still there.
There's that chicken is still over there too. What else we got over there? That's
you
what
need
she
that,
said.
though.
Scooby
That's been there.
Snacks, Cheez-Its,
Chips Ahoy cookies or something like that?
yeah, something like
I
that.
will be visiting the green room at the break.
Yeah. Any honey buns? Iced honey buns?
And we're still slow on those. Everybody's slow to pick up on the honey buns.
New media video equipment in the main studio.
Yeah, there's an Xbox behind me.
Yeah,
Xbox
Xbox
One X?
One. No, it's a
Xbox
one.
One.
Oh, you didn't get the...
I got the One X. That's why this one's out here, man. They
Oh.
replaced my
I got you.
Xbox.
I'm wondering why exactly that would be out there. What are you doing with that piece of equipment?
The Xbox?
Yeah.
Playing video games on it.
Oh, I see. So you
mostly
just fucking
pinball ports. Yeah.
fucking off.
Anything on
Coming
there
out.
we can get Colonel to play?
Not a fucking thing. Leisure
Possibly.
Suit Larry? No.
Well, like
you
well,
build that one out of your
ACDC pinball is what we were playing
right.
this morning.
That might not be bad. If I'd have gotten here
I got
early
stuck.
enough, I would have been able to maybe
Well,
take a look at that.
You
But,
can
I
partook.
fucking came in the nick of time today.
Well, you know,
Pain in the ass.
I figure this room's only used maybe like 15% of the total waking hours.
You get a
of
low occupancy
of-
rate.
Yeah. So I figure if you put an Xbox out here,
Might entice some people to come in.
maybe sit down, play a game,
I
watch
tell
a
you,
movie.
you know what would do that? What might work? A cooler full of drinks.
Alcohol?
Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
I don't know that I don't know
I'm
that
listening.
I don't know that I want a bunch of drunk people around
No, not necessarily
the
drunks,
high
so-
dollar equipment. The problem
right,
is
yeah.
is when you introduce alcohol.
It changes some things, doesn't it? Introduces a new dynamic.
Yes.
It may or may not be productive. I don't know. Special occasions, maybe. So you can
Yeah.
like wrangle.
Special occasion,
Maybe.
sure. If
You know,
there's
like
going to
it-
be sober chaperones, perhaps.
There's always a sober chaperone here, which is why she's got the halo over her fucking
I'm
head.
just very concerned somebody's going to be drinking a pina colada over this board.
Yeah, nah. Let's hope
A
nobody's
Mai
drinking
Tai,
those.
perhaps.
Wait, I'm
Those are
gonna
your
pause you
go-tos?
here, Jace.
Sea
You
breeze?
just said I had a halo.
Well, the
That means
horns.
I'm innocent.
Wait, the horns are holding it up, so don't fucking get yourself too excited
It's,
there.
it's the trick. There's that halo. That's what
Yeah.
people see first because it glows.
Yeah, the
Everything
color
else-
of beer.
Everything else just fades in the background. They don't realize it.
So, for our viewers on Twitch today, there will be Ignorance of the Law streaming after this program at some point this afternoon.
Which I think he said he's
Right
bringing eggs.
Yeah, for if you guys want any.
Yeah, we
I thought
we
you
don't
had
need
eggs.
any.
Huh?
I thought you had eggs. Don't
I
you have a
do.
working farm?
I do.
How come
Always
we have to
bringing
wait for
eggs.
Russ to bring eggs?
I think
How
he's
come you
bringing
guys
eggs
can't
to try to
bring
get rid of some of them because,
Ah,
like
so,
us,
yeah.
he's probably up to the fucking ears. This is the high egg production season.
I was
Yeah.
going to say
Yeah, I
Easter.
saw that
Yeah,
on your
eggs
calendar.
everywhere.
High egg production.
This is why eggs are a part of the Easter ritual, is because chickens lay more fucking eggs than you know what to do with.
It seems
So
like
you're like, fuck it, let's color some of these and hide them around the yard.
throw them, just waste them. Yeah, let's get rid of them.
A couple weeks ago, we had over 3 dozen, so we gave a dozen and a half away. And then last week, I said we're having breakfast for dinner because I have over 3 dozen eggs,
Oh my god,
and I now have over 3 dozen eggs again.
Jesus Christ!
So when you make scrambled eggs, do you just make like a vat of it?
might as
Since you
well.
guys-
I prefer fried eggs.
Yeah, I'm
I would
nice.
boil
I take
'em,
personal
throw
orders
'em.
and do
Let them
whatever
bounce
one
down the
wants.
hill.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start committing some vandalism and higher numbers or something around here. I mean, you got to start passing out eggs.
My eggs are too unique. They'll be traced back to me by the local PD.
Unique. What, do they have a fucking
Oh
beard?
wait, they can do
Yeah.
that because I may have thrown some
You're wearing
eggs.
glasses.
This might be bad, Jason, to tell you.
They're a little
but,
thinner on top than the rest of
yeah,
the
yeah, a
body.
little bit thin. The shell's a little thinner, getting thinner on
Yeah.
the
Remember how
the
that dozen
crown
of
it.
eggs went missing?
Yeah.
Hopefully they can't be tracked back here.
Well, who'd you egg?
Don't worry about it.
He
Don't
gets
worry
in the
about
argument with other chickens all the time.
I was wondering maybe if, every time it goes into a small business and fucking comes out with a crack in its shell.
Fuck you.
Do you think maybe you should maybe get rid of one hen?
No.
What? Well, you act like it's a problem having
Can
all
we
these
mute him
eggs.
for that comment?
Like right now is the
I'm
only.
asking. I'm just trying to. Put
It's not a
forth a-
problem. Right now is the only time we have too many eggs.
Okay.
What are
Like
their names?
we need the 4 during the winter. We start
Right.
running low on eggs.
Okay.
During the
Just
winter, we
wondering.
bought eggs.
If you had
Oh,
to
wow,
get
that's
rid of one
fucked.
of them, which one would it be?
Yeah. Is there a problem hen out there? One
Are
that's
they
maybe
all,
a cunt.
are they all named?
They're
Yeah,
all named.
Yeah.
Okay, name which one you'd get rid of.
Florence. She's a fucking bitch. Ruth.
I
a
don't,
whore.
they're all equal to me. They're all just egg producers.
Well, if I said which kid, he'd have a name at the top of his
Oh,
head
they're
right
just
now.
they're just things to you then. They're not animals with personalities. You're right
Wolf
here.
Kid not here because he got his keys to his new apartment.
Oh, did he?
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations to Wolf Kid.
He decided yesterday at 1 o'clock he was going to see about getting a U-Haul and getting the rest of his stuff moved in. I'm like, so on Saturday afternoon, you think you're just going to waltz into a U-Haul place and get a truck and waltz back out? Like,
Brian's
like
face
Oh, they're
here.
just sitting there, just
let 'em-
waiting.
Just let him learn.
on a
Trucks
Saturday.
everywhere. Saturday
Maybe-
afternoon.
Maybe on a Tuesday, if you're lucky, somebody
Probably
canceled.
on Tuesday. Yeah, you could get one on a weekday.
Now, is he moving in with his girl, or is this just something?
No, well, she's not moving in for another month and a half because she's still in a lease. But yeah.
She's not gonna. Oh, she's
But
gonna
she
leave him
eventually
for a
is-
month and a half in the place and
By
then move
himself.
in.
Yeah.
By
This better be
himself.
like a monthly lease. Like, you better be able to move.
No,
again.
it's he signed a year lease, then month to
He
month.
better be prepared to live there by himself for the next year. She's
How many-
not gonna have
How
that.
many toilets does that place have?
Just the one.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oof.
You better get one of those super padded toilet seats.
Was it
Don't worry,
fucking
they've
6
already
inch?
bought a plunger.
Thank God.
That was one of the first things they bought.
If they get married, we're all kicking in. We're getting a plated plunger with a fucking engraving on it from the studio.
Oh, of course.
No,
Happy
they-
shitting.
They went and bought vacuum cleaners and such yesterday, and
I tell you
Wow.
what, you know you're getting old because I bought a brand new vacuum cleaner. It's the most excited I've been in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's bad.
dude, the thing about vacuum cleaners is like once you get them, they're fucking boring and pointless. Other than cleaning the floor, but like when you go shopping for vacuum cleaners, it's like you're shopping for a piece of high tech electronics. Like they got fucking all these stats on the side, suction power,
See, I got the
fucking
new,
wind
Wait, there's
turbines.
stuff on the side of vacuum
Filters.
boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the new
Oh.
Shark vacuum, which is like the Dyson variant.
Yeah.
So it's cordless. So it just has
Oh,
a battery
boy.
pack. That thing looks futuristic as hell. Like
Yeah,
I
but it's a
picked it
vacuum
apart.
cleaner.
I played with it for like 4 hours yesterday, and then I started running it, and that's when I lost all fun.
Yeah.
no.
Once you have to use it, it's no longer a good idea.
Yeah, no.
I mean, lately I've just been using my 10-month-old to pick up all the garbage off the ground
That'll work. That'll work until
until he starts
Well.
choking on it.
like 2. Then
Yeah.
it tells you to fuck off.
Mm.
Oh well. I had a couple interesting things.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start over with the big thing. So my mom had a stroke this week,
I
Oh.
don't know if you're getting into
Yeah,
it or
that's
not.
terrible.
and
was
it was a
mom?
minor one. Some lifestyle changes.
Still
stuff
not
like
good.
That,
Was she a smoker?
Yeah.
I thought. I mean, I thought so. I didn't want to jump to
Yeah.
conclusions, but that's one of the main things she's gonna have to quit out.
Well, that and her sleep apnea. She's a skinny woman that has massive sleep. She snores like a 450-pound man,
Damn.
but she's a skinny woman. She's like 120 pounds or
Yeah.
something. So she's got to handle that. But it was lucky that it was a minor one and not like a major one because it could
Very
have
lucky.
been
Yeah.
one or the other. So her speech is a little bit affected. But so that day she comes out into the living room and she can't talk. Like she thinks she's talking, but she is not fucking talking.
Oh no.
And I'm
Just
like-
gibberish.
Yeah, and I'm
Fuck.
like, what the fuck's the matter with you? And then like she starts getting a little bit better. She's like, nothing, leave me alone. And I'm like, dude, you're slurring. How much have you had to drink? And my mom doesn't drink, so
Yeah.
I know she hasn't drunk. I'm fine. And so she's like super combative with me. Doesn't want to go to the hospital.
Oh fuck.
So I take her to the
She has
hospital.
like 6 sentences that she's trying to put into one.
Yeah, she's getting like a little better. Like she can, put shit together. But by the time I get her to the hospital, like she doesn't know like Calvin's name and she can't
Oh,
think of
no.
all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, well this is fucked. But then she like continues to go downhill while we're in the hospital room while they're still like investigating. And I tell the nurse, I'm like, hey, just so you know, like she's getting worse. Like this isn't where she was when we first got here.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And she says, we have got this under control. The doctor's seen her. We've taken blood tests. I don't know what else you want us to do. I was like, bitch, I'm just fucking telling you.
Yeah.
Like, this seems like information you might want to fucking know.
I'm not saying you're not doing your job,
But I'm kind of saying you're not doing your fucking job.
but I'm just letting you know what the situation is.
Yeah, it can't hurt to update.
Bruce has arrived.
I feel like
Oh,
part of being a nurse is they have to deal with
Irate.
family members who come in and just start saying stuff.
I understand.
Well, they don't know
entirely
anything.
irrelevant to the situation.
But I mean, like, her speech was getting progressively worse.
Yeah, so
and
we
I
could
felt
be-
like
yeah.
that was important information
It's
for a
important.
nurse to know.
Yeah.
It
like,
is.
Like, this is worse than what it was earlier when this first started.
Like we could be
It's
having another one right now in
Yeah.
case you're interested.
Like, I didn't want her to think it was a plateau where, like, she's this bad and this
Yeah.
is where she's at. Like, I wanted her to know we're still going down fucking hill here.
Yeah.
But no, she's got it under control.
You should have said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Can I talk to the doctor, please?"
Yes. Oh boy.
That would have got her.
Give me the doc.
And so, like, it's my mom, so I just said, I just thought that was information you might require. That's why I said it calmly. I'm not accusing you of not doing your job. I'm sure you're doing your job. Then she left the room, and I looked at my sister and said, if I ever see that bitch in public, I'm talking to her differently.
You're gonna get your chance. Unfortunately, she owns like a craft shop.
Like,
down here, so
I
you're gonna get
I wanted to find the nurse parking lot and just be standing there when she come out.
We'll be waiting for the results. Yeah, and I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Fuck. So what's the prognosis? What are they saying?
She had a stroke.
Yeah,
Maybe
but I mean,
2.
maybe 2.
Yeah.
They give any timeline, recovery, speech therapy, anything?
No,
like
they
that?
said that it's going to get better on its own. The more she
It's
does
a lot
whatever.
better
It is. I mean, it
already.
is compared to like the day after. It's way
Yeah.
better. But,
Does your mom know, like, what she has to do to make the changes that she needs to do?
Well, she
Like,
quit
She
smoking.
started them.
Okay,
Okay,
that's what
cool.
I'm saying. If
She's on
still
high blood
board with
pressure
that-
medicine now, which is weird because she never had high blood pressure before. Her blood pressure was always fine, and now it's like fucking 180 over like 100 or
Oof.
something.
Yeah. This morning,
That
I
bottom
think
number,
it was
yeah.
a lot lower than that. It was better. I mean, it was
Yeah.
still high, but it was better.
But she never had it before, so that was weird.
Yeah.
How's she handling the smoking thing?
She's chewing nicotine gum like a fiend and sleeping all day.
Yeah. Well,
I mean-
the blood pressure meds will make you tired
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So,
Depending on
you
how
know,
strong-
And the sleep apnea that keeps her up, wakes her up
damn.
at 3:30, and
I
Yeah.
guess if you sleep through the withdrawals from cigarettes, I would imagine,
Pretty comfortable.
it's not as bad.
No problem.
You wake
I'm
up, you chew a
guessing.
little
Can't feel a
gum.
thing.
Yeah. Wake up, chew some gum, take some pills, go back to bed. See you
Yeah.
in 30 days.
But I've never wanted to strangle a nurse so bad in my life.
Yeah, man.
Like I just like
Were they super busy? Like, to where it was
No.
like...
They always act like they're
No.
super busy though. I mean, they,
Well, I meant just the room, not her.
no, and like in the original nurse that was in there, like got on the microphone like 5 times because they wear those stupid earpieces. Got on the microphone like 5 times. Like, we really need a doctor in here. Like, this is a code S. Like, we really need doctor and stuff in here. Like now.
hurry up and get in here.
Like,
This
he's
is
saying
the
it like
ER,
super calm,
right?
but I'm like, I'm in the room. I hear this.
yeah.
I'm gonna go find a doctor in a minute.
I'm going to Google Code S.
Was it like over the intercom that was being said, or
No, no,
was
no,
that
they
to
have-
a person?
No,
No,
they
no,
have
like-
headsets
yeah.
that I
These
guess all
two-way
of the
radio
nurses
shit
wear.
things or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, that's a fucking irritant.
And I'm
Too.
just like,
I mean, you got a
mm,
phone, you got all these. Why wear a headset?
Like, why is the
Well, I
the
understand
doctor
for
not in here?
expediency. You don't want to pull
No,
your
that-
fucking phone
well, I
out.
mean, there should
Not
be a guy.
Nextel.
You should have a dude around somewhere. I mean, right? You're in an ER. Is that
Well,
correct?
Jason was
Well,
going
I-
to go find him.
I went to the same hospital when I had the Bell's palsy. This was like 3 days later, and I'm like, it's not a stroke. And they're like, Code S, and I'm like, it's not a stroke. And they're like running me back, and there's like 8 people in the room, and I'm like, my mom's having a real stroke. Why aren't these people here this time?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not having a
I
stroke.
told you
Let's
8
get
times I
excited.
wasn't having a stroke.
That it had been this way for 3 days, and just wanted to get checked out. She's in
fucking
there
weird.
like unable to talk and everything.
Yeah.
I
like-
wonder why they did that. Just based on the outward appearance, like she doesn't look like a person who would be having a stroke, and then you look like one who would be. I mean, what the fuck are they thinking?
Well, I was going to say, if nothing
Yeah.
else, the takeaway from this experience is that medical professionals do not give a shit about what you say.
No, they don't.
They don't give a shit about what anybody says. Actually,
Like,
it's
she
they got their
couldn't-
own own cult.
like,
Unless
she-
you say I'm having chest pains, then they care.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
yes,
this
yeah.
point, she was unable to speak. Like, she was literally, like, could say
God
nothing.
damn.
And, like, I'm sitting here, and I'm like, all right, so you called for that doctor 3 times.
Fuck.
I'm gonna go fucking find his ass, I guess, because...
I'm going to start kicking down
Yeah.
doors.
I'm going to go
Is he
start
like-
screaming through the halls. This doctor
Is
better
he on
be
the
in here or else
fucking-
something's going to die.
Is he on the
Or else
golf
you're
course?
going to need more doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to hire another doc.
And I had an incident on the road on the way there.
I'm sure he did.
Because I left out of here, and I turned on my flashers. And Mom was like, why are we taking your car? Let's just take my car. And I'm like, because your car ain't going to be able to do what I'm getting ready to do.
Mom, close your eyes.
Yeah, just lay back.
So I turned on the flashers. And, I was doing like 100 miles an hour in some
Yeah.
places.
Understandable.
I
Yeah, that's
heard your
yeah.
mom's side of the story where she was sitting. She
skipping
probably
hills.
didn't say any of this, but she in her head was saying, "You need to take that other street because if you take that other street, you might slow down a little. Just no, go onto that other street." Then you'll slow down a little.
I'm gonna have a stroke because he's scaring the shit out of me.
So I passed a guy in a passing zone, and he was doing the speed limit. He was being reasonable.
Yeah.
Nothing against him.
Right.
But speed limit wasn't okay with me.
Well, of course not. Not in that situation, no.
So, and I've got my flashers on, so I blow past him, and then I get called at the light, and he's a little bit behind me, and he, like, tries to rear end me. Like, goes, like, sideways with his brakes locked up. And I'm already sitting at the light when he gets there. And I guess he's, like, trying to fuck with me, and I just rolled in my window and said, I will fucking kill you. Shut your fucking mouth, because he's over there running his mouth. And then I guess it was the look on my face or something. He just decided, you know what, this guy might kill me. He rolled his fucking window back up.
Roll him up. Roll him up.
Just the seriousness and the, oh, well, this isn't a joke anymore. Never mind.
There's a guy in a fucking yellow Camaro with the flashers on who passed you going 100 miles an hour.
No, it wasn't
maybe I
100
better
at that. It was like
fuck with him.
85 at that time.
It'd be better just to let him go by. You know? Just let him go. And then not fuck with him at all. And I'm surprised, actually, I'd be surprised that the guy stopped at the light. Let's just let him go. Let's let him go.
I kind of want to, well, I sat there for a minute till the traffic was gone. Then when there was no traffic, I went through the light.
Yeah. Fuck.
But
No.
Is that something common that people just, oh, you know what, fuck it, I gotta get to
Well,
the
here's the
grocery,
thing.
so I'm gonna turn the flashers
no,
on.
here's the thing: is like where I didn't care if I got pulled over. I'd flat out tell him.
Yeah,
I'd like,
you just chase me to the
I'd
hospital.
be like, you know what county I live in? We've been on the news because you can't get an ambulance to people who are actually dying.
Right.
I'm taking my money. I'll stay here. You take her. You come back and write me the ticket after you get her to the hospital.
I would just have him chase me.
Here's
Fuck
my
it, I'm not
keys.
stopping.
No,
Follow
no.
me straight to the fucking hospital.
No,
There's
because
way.
they'll stop me. Like they would stop me before I got there, and then they're gonna do the felony stop. And my plan was to pull over. Here's my keys. Take her to the hospital. I'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, well, at least you had a plan.
I mean, you know, because she was obviously like, if a cop walked, her, was like, "Yes, bitch, having a stroke. Get her in the car." But I mean, this county, we've been on the news like 8 times. Was what was going through my head about ambulances not coming for over an hour because they're out on heroin overdoses, and we only have 5 ambulances for the whole fucking county.
Yeah.
Because they pay them $11.50 an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah, they don't pay shit.
Paramedics are quitting to go work for fucking White Castle.
Just saying, that's a $2 raise with way less bullshit.
Yeah.
And you don't have to save everybody's life in a White Castle.
They're forcing overtime. Like some dude like totaled an ambulance 2 weeks ago because he was on his 70th hour.
Yeah.
His 70th working hour, and he totaled an ambulance, and they were trying to fire him for it.
Yeah,
And
my
he's like,
guest.
I'd work 70 hours.
I waked up 3
Sounds like
fucking
subs
crackheads
at our
today.
job.
Yeah.
Keep those either for kind of the same reason.
They worked the shit out of them. There's
Yeah.
a bunch
Or
sitting
the
on the
opposite
bench,
reason
or
it's
they're
like
no work.
feast
Yeah.
or famine, depending on what office you're in.
Yeah, so my plan was if I got, because, and I'm a little upset at GM for where they decided to put the engine cutoff on those cars. I feel like if I buy a car that can go 200 miles an hour, I ought to be able to go 200 miles an hour if I choose to.
Well, that's a fucking law. they
Why
have
are
to
you
put
cutting
on.
my engine off at 120 miles an hour?
Yours cuts off at 120?
120 is where it cut
Really?
off.
Mine was 113, I think.
What do you mean cut off?
It's a smooth cutoff. It stops giving it gas. It's like
Okay.
you took your foot all the way off the gas. The engine
Okay.
just goes, ooh.
And
Yeah,
when,
it's a
when
speed
can you,
limiter.
hit it again.
120.
There's a way to, you just...
Oh, I see what you. I got
Yeah, the Mustang I had fucking some bullshit on it, like 113, 115, I don't know, some kind of thing. And
Yeah,
a spark arrestor, just like traction control. It just kind of killed the spark
Yeah,
to
this
slow the car
was
down.
just like you took your foot off the gas.
The governor.
Yeah, Jason explained this one to me about a year or so ago, and I haven't found my cutoff yet. He probably shouldn't have told me there's a cutoff.
Probably don't have one.
May
Your
not
car-
be one, yeah. They
probably. Your car probably stops running as fast as it can go before the cutoff.
They probably thought, you know what? We're not going to bother with this.
I think if we put a cutoff on it, it'd have to be like 85 because that's where the car stops anyway. So
It doesn't stop at 85.
The cutoff is when your engine gives out.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. So
They should let you
Haven't
go
done
for
that yet.
whatever you got the nerve for, really. You know? So some
alright.
kind of, is
Something
that
to
a
try
state
for.
law or federal law? Some kind of shit they have to have a
I don't
speed
know.
limiter on it? Because you take that car out to the desert, there's no speed limit.
well, I know.
It's just like
I
drive
think
whatever
it's.
you got.
I think
to.
it's for.
federal.
I think it's for liability
Seems
of
like it would be some
themselves.
kinda-
I feel like they're worried about if somebody's doing 210 miles an hour and kill a family of nuns.
know, but-
They're going to come back and say, well, you made a car that was capable of doing this, so you're partially responsible.
Yeah, but the driver's the guy that.
You can die
Yeah.
going
I
65.
mean, you're gonna put a 200 mile an hour speedometer in the fucking thing. Why do that?
Yeah,
then?
why tease me?
Yeah.
Let me do
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Mine says 160. Why? Why
Hey,
would I
buddy,
go
look at
160
all
in
these
this
miles
car?
per hour you can't do.
Right, you can get half that, not all of it.
No. I mean, my plan was I was gonna pull over. I was gonna give the cop my keys and say she needs to go to the hospital right now. She's having a stroke. And then he would have said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And she would have said, "Hebada hobbada hebada."
Oh God.
And he would
Pretty
have said,
much.
"Okay." And then you could write me whatever fucking ticket you want to write me, but she needs to get to the fucking hospital.
Wouldn't that be funny if she said Alu Akbar? They're all going to fucking jail now, man. Real funny, motherfucker. I'm against the wall.
Jesus.
He would not have made
She's
it to the
like, I didn't
hospital.
mean to. No. They'd be on the fucking news.
Like she was in there like trying to prove to us she wasn't having a stroke, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm like,
you can't do that.
Spell world backwards, and then she fucking did it right, and I was like, fuck, is that right? I don't even know.
She just stands there and like looks at us like, really?
You gotta-
Okay, and does it.
You gotta ask a question you know the fucking answer to, Jason. You can't just fucking just throw out shit.
I thought she would get to D, and I would see C. You can't do that. Let's go.
What? How do you figure the area of a room? Well, it's length times width. Is it? Let me Google that.
Like
That sounds weird. It sounds like you're missing something.
she couldn't tell you shit confidently, but she looked me in the eye and did it exactly right.
That's
I
amazing.
assume.
You ought to ask
She
her again
did.
today. 'cause
She
that
did
was,
it 100% right.
Well,
We
And I
asked
was
her the
like-
next day when she was talking. She couldn't do it.
Yeah, she couldn't do it without having a stroke. Like it made her a savant.
Well, like
I'm trying to tell you to turn, but I can't get the words out. But I can. All the complicated shit.
Like
That's
the-
fucking incredible.
All the
John
nurses should
Travolta
have asked her to
Phenomena.
spell her
Yeah.
answers backwards.
Spell
Well,
all
like-
words
what it
backwards.
was.
And like,
What?
here's the crazy part: is like she couldn't say her last name. Like she could not.
Yeah.
I bet you she could have spelled it backwards.
She was sitting here like trying to find.
Oh man.
Like she knew it, and it was like really fucking frustrating to her.
Spelling is a different part of the brain than speech.
That's a really
Probably,
weird thing,
and
though.
that's what they were saying is that it was just localized in the speech, like not even understanding speech, but just finding the word and being able to use it. Because she told her social security number like that,
Damn. See, that's so weird, man.
but then she
How the
couldn't
brain
say
works.
her last name. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like she spit out her social security number without slurring, without hesitation. It was just like that.
Damn.
And then like her last name, like I had to tell him because she couldn't.
No.
Jesus.
The next day when she was really better, she kept asking me for her wallet, trying to ask for her phone, and you could see she knew she was saying it wrong. And she kept like closing her eyes and trying really hard to think, and would get so frustrated because she wanted her phone and kept saying, "Is my wallet in your purse or in your bag?"
Mhm.
And then she'd close her eyes and get
Be
annoyed
like,
and
God
say it
damn
again
it. Yeah.
because she wanted her phone.
Yeah.
There was just a few things that kept still flip-flopping.
Now, does that apply to like? I know it's just speech, but if like you tried to write it down, would
I don't
that-
know.
Her
Still-
writing was not good the night that she had the stroke.
Well,
She couldn't write.
No, yeah, I didn't know.
See,
that.
my grandmother.
After you had left, I went in
had
her
one of
room to
those.
collect her stuff when you asked me to, and she had the notepad where she had started a name, and then it was just like scribbles for the last name.
My grandmother had a stroke like that back fucking in the 80s. She was in church when it hit her. And she didn't fall out or nothing, but she just kind of turned and looked at my grandfather, and he was like, "What the fuck?" She was like, I guess she pointed at her mouth. She couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
And so they left. They called an ambulance. You know, everybody in the church freaked out. They got her to the hospital. And I remember like a couple days later, we went up there, and I was a kid, so I didn't know. My mom took me down to the gift shop. I gave her a get well soon card. I just found out like, I guess 10 years after that, she didn't know who the fuck I was. She didn't.
It's the happiest
I
she's
remember.
ever been.
I remember. I remember handing her the card, and she looked at me like, "Who the fuck are you?" And she looked at the card, and then my mom said, "Well, open it up," you know. And so she opens it up, and she couldn't read it. She had no idea what the fuck it said, and she just looked back at me like, "What is this?" You know what I mean? And I remember that look, and I was like, "Oh fuck, she's really sick."
I'll be in the hall.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
scary
went back
shit.
out of the room, but she made a full recovery. It didn't really take that long, and she never had any more.
I mean,
Problems like
it was pretty shocking. Come like, I don't know, like Friday afternoon, like how clear she was speaking. Because the day before she was still stopping and thinking about like every word.
Mhm.
But then by Friday she was still like a lot of times, and she'll still do it now. She'll reverse the order. She's got what I'm now calling late modern Yoda speak,
Oh God.
which is lose don't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you mean don't lose? Okay,
Mhm.
I got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it'll come back though.
But yeah, now she's on the blood pressure medication, and it's all fucking jacked up.
Yeah.
So
It makes her really tired.
yeah, so
Wow.
I almost burned down a hospital. That was the thing that almost happened.
Well, if a doctor would just, respond and come do what they're supposed to when they were supposed to, you wouldn't have had to.
Well, and then I found out that, like, so they do a CAT scan to look for current blockages. So if they don't see that, they know the strokes happened.
Mhm.
Another one may happen, but it's happened and it's not still going on. But then if they do an MRI later, within 12 hours they can see the actual damage
Mm-hmm.
and see exactly how much damage was done. Yeah, they got her down there like 14 hours after. They took her at like 4
God
o'clock in the
damn it.
morning. I'm like,
God
oh, so
damn
what's
it.
the
Yeah,
point
that's
now,
fucking-
guys?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Fucking bunch of assholes.
yeah. I did accidentally walk into the wrong room, in the emergency room.
That's good.
And there was an old guy who had broke his leg at McDonald's. Old, I mean like 60 something. And I walked in and he was shocked and I was shocked and I was like, I think I got the wrong room.
You couldn't have played off as the doctor?
No,
Man, you
no.
should have.
He didn't
No.
have the white coat.
The country doctor. No, that's all right, man. I'm here. It's okay.
Walk
Take
it
that
off,
gown
buddy.
off. Yeah. I got a couple of pieces of wood here. Let's get that leg clamped up.
Yeah, they had already like fucking run the rod through his leg because it was a compound fracture.
Oh,
So they had already
God damn.
run the rod and had it in traction.
Does it hurt? I start poking around on it.
Oh no, the fucked up part is when they do that without anesthesia.
Oh my god.
And they just take a
The
drill
fuck?
and run it through your leg and then
Are you
hang,
sure?
Like, yes.
What? That doesn't.
Yes.
Maybe here.
Like they don't put the person to sleep?
Like
No,
Jason,
they
in the
can't.
city, they put you to sleep. Out here, I don't know.
No.
Or is
I'm,
it-
I'm
oh,
telling
no.
you, when my sister had that motorcycle accident, her what's the top bone here called in your
Femur?
leg?
The femur?
Yeah, the femur was broke and splintered,
Oh,
so it was
goddamn.
rubbing together.
Ugh.
And so they drilled through the bottom part of it and then hung weights on it to pull it apart. It like goes through like a pulley.
How are they not asleep for this?
They couldn't because
Right.
she was in the
Mm.
motorcycle accident.
Mm.
They couldn't
Goddamn.
let her go to sleep for anything.
Ah.
So I mean, they numbed it a little bit, but you're still drilling through a
You're
fucking
drilling
bone.
fucking holes, yeah. Ugh,
That
Jesus.
just sounds
So
awful.
Bone pain is a very specific kind of pain,
Seems like it would
too.
be, yeah.
well, as soon as they hung that fucking weight on the other end of that wire,
Oh,
she was she just like fucking like fell back and relaxed.
really?
Like she was in so much less pain as soon as they hung that weight on it because
Huh.
it took all of those bone pieces and like spread them
separated
apart
a little.
so they weren't grinding together
God
constantly.
damn. Oh,
Yeah.
that's the worst bone to break too, man.
Oh, but she's still not 100% on it.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And that was what, fucking 15 years ago? It was right when I started working here.
Mm.
So that's been 15 years,
Mm.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get over. Well, we hope your mom makes a full recovery.
Yeah, man. Glad she's doing okay, man.
How old is she?
65. She just turned 65.
He's not that old.
No.
No, she just hit 65 like 2 weeks ago. No, a month ago now, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because y'all had the chicken.
Yeah, that's when we got the flu. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got the flu.
Yeah.
We
Gave
were
her the
all
flu for her birthday.
dying.
You sure this didn't play into that?
No, it might have.
The bad chicken?
It could have taken a little while.
You know, fucking virus or something?
Wait, does this mean we're gonna have a stroke next?
I think he's already had one. Look at him.
I'm very concerned about this now.
You gotta keep him calm, Jazz. Don't be saying anything about that fucking door being cracked. You see how I fucking got his blood up, how fast that happened? You need to be on some blood pressure medicine, sir. We need to prevent anything going on with you.
My blood pressure's fine, sir.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When's
Is
the
there a
last time you checked
cuff
it?
in there?
Yeah.
It's hard to move gravy with a lot of pressure.
Squeeze his arm. Jab.
It's,
Take his
it's the
blood
nicotine
pressure.
he keeps taking in. We need to
gravy.
cut him off from the nicotine.
It's great. They got a banner in the kitchen. Gravy on everything. Fuck that. Take that thing down.
I'm on board with that one.
Yeah, I just
That's
Fred.
bullshit because we ain't had gravy in this house in like 2 fucking months and I'm not okay with it.
2 months. Well, you
Jazz.
could kiss the gravy goodbye.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's a new style of living now, man.
know,
Everybody's
I
got to
know.
live with it.
I don't know how to
Even
make
you.
my mom's gravy. I haven't gotten that recipe yet.
I know.
You just got to pour some water on it. That's gravy. You know what I mean?
I think
They got-
Avery's gonna. I think
pretend.
Avery's gonna quit smoking.
They should.
He says that he's finishing this pack and then he's done.
Is he just switching to vape on, or are you just quitting everything?
That's what he said.
You
Said he was
should
gonna
quit.
switch to vape.
You should just totally quit.
Well, I'm quit. I snooze.
Well, yeah, that's not quitting though. You're still taking in
Nicotine.
nicotine. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the most. It's not safe, but it's the safest way to
You're
receive
right, yeah, it's-
nicotine other
It's
than the
better
patch.
of all
Yeah.
the evils.
The patch is
Like
so.
say, what's the best way to stab yourself with a knife, Brian?
Right. Yeah.
the patch
Yes,
is
Just in
the
the
only.
finger. I'm gonna do it there.
Yeah.
The patch is the only thing safer than snooze. Scientifically proven.
Why don't you get the patch?
It's
Patch is
Unless
like
you put like 4
$42.
patches on.
in Norway. In Norway, it's not even considered a controlled substance in any way, shape, or form. Like you can buy this everywhere.
You can just get it
Cigarettes
anywhere.
are locked up. You gotta like fucking scan your driver's license and sign your life
Yeah,
away. But
it's
this,
I'm
it's just
pretty
they'll
sure
sell
that
it
can
to you
still
right over the
cause
counter.
gum disease, though.
It can. It's a
Yeah.
much lower incident than like American
Well,
tobacco.
it's not high powered like
Mm.
or higher power like that shit that I chew on. I gotta
Yeah,
get rid of that too. That's gotta go.
I
I'm
don't.
tired of it.
You just need another vice, man. Pick something.
I've got too many of those already. One's got to drop off. My plate is full. Okay,
already
with
start
my vice
gambling
plate, I
season's
got
coming
shit
up.
falling off. That's right. I gotta get that back on there.
Yep.
Something's got to go.
He went through the Vice Plate buffet and filled it as far as he could.
I did. I
It's like-
went back for thirds.
One study I mentioned
Big plate
that I saw
on a tray.
said that it was
Go
like
crowd plate.
the difference between chewing cocoa leaves in Peru and snorting cocaine.
I would chew those leaves.
Well, that's what it's saying. It's saying like this is like you're chewing the cocoa leaves. It's still not good for you, but you're not snorting
yeah.
cocaine.
Yeah.
If you're doing this instead of smoking's the cocaine.
As
That's
long
the
as
cocoa
you can
leaves.
justify it with yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to do. Yeah, whatever you got to do to make it come.
I mean,
around.
if I lose my jaw to cancer, then
Yeah, so
I
be
was
it.
gonna get cancer somewhere.
You can get it.
How are you going to do this show if you lose your jaw?
Hey, you can get a new jaw.
That'll
They
be
got
a while.
plastic ones.
I'll get one of those Stephen Hawkins boxes.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'll do the show with the Stephen Hawkins box.
Hitting
Could
the
you
wrong
get a-
fucking button.
Like a fake jaw put
I'll have
in,
gravy,
and then just move
please.
it up and down with your hands to talk?
Preset.
I don't know. You might have to have one of those fucking grabbers. You just grab your lip and just. That's a little convoluted, I know, but
Fucking right now, you get a free grabber at Harbor Freight Tools with any purchase.
I don't need a grabber though, sir.
I needed one
you might.
yesterday.
Well, hey,
Your
I
position.
got it.
if I get that job, they're gonna have to provide one for me. I'm not
one-
buying my own
I got one
tools.
with the shelves in my truck.
Oh yeah, you do have
Like
a grabber
6
there,
months
yeah.
ago. I haven't used it yet.
What?
It's probably still in the plastic in the back
I don't
of my
want the
truck.
shelves.
I want shelves.
I don't want the
got
shelves.
shelves.
I said the same thing, and then Christmas
Yeah.
came, and I was like, you know what? I was wrong. Give me the shelves.
Yep.
And they help.
How come they won't give me shelves?
See, I got other problems with my truck.
Have you asked for them?
Like 5 times. I was told they don't
Hey,
even make
one
them
thing
anymore.
at a time. He's
That's
still
a
working
lot.
on a sub.
I'm not even shitting you.
They don't even make them anymore. Bruce is over here going, yeah, I just got them. I got
Yeah,
them.
they're picking up
I mean,
trucks
it was
and
a
putting
while
shelves in
ago.
them still.
I'm not kidding. That's what Charles Miner told me one time. I was like, man, I
Oh,
want
he's
some of
such
those
a-
shelves. He said they don't even make those anymore.
If you really want them, I'll look around. If we got some at the station, I'll make sure you get one.
Nah,
I don't
I'm
know
not
if they
that
keep
worried
them at
about
the
it.
station.
There was one
They
at a
did.
low. Hey, there was
That's
a-
how I got them, because we had a box of 10 of them.
There was a
sitting
set
in our
in a loaner,
There was.
and that's how you get them out of there. You take them out of the fucking loaner.
Yeah, you can steal them.
Absolutely, yeah. I would take them out of the loaner. Have them
They're
put it.
super
If you
easy
had a
to put
good
in.
janitor, a good custodian, the guy would do that because he's got the tools. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yeah, fuck yeah, man. We'll take them out of there. You take care of your guys. The guys will stop shitting on the floor. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't piss on the floor, and I'll get you these shelves out of this loaner. Fuck them.
So I-
Deal.
I got a
Yeah.
sub coming
All day
sometime.
every day.
I got a sub coming sometime this week.
Like a new one?
Yeah.
Like,
Right on.
you
And,
one
For
or
you?
one to train?
I think he's assigned to me, which is dumb. I'm gonna talk to him after he gets there and I get him trained, being like, all right,
This'll never
move,
work.
now move
Yeah.
him over here.
Yeah.
I just wanted somebody. That's why I put in my form. I don't
Yeah.
care what a route they were assigned to, but
So just now you
we
got
needed a sub.
you got one now that doesn't want. You got one that quit, and you got one who really doesn't want to ever be there.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to answer the phone. So I mean, like, how do you?
He'll work, but he's got to be scheduled. You
Right.
can't call him during
Yeah,
the
but
week.
I mean,
Like
that's
he'll come in on Friday, look at the schedule, and be like, all right. And then those are the days he'll be there.
yeah,
If he's not written on the schedule, then you might as well give it up.
Aren't you subject to be called though? I mean, it's,
Yeah, I mean, according to
Yes.
the rules, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be available.
There's a lot of rules that don't get enforced
But my
out
phone
there.
never rang. I never saw
Lots.
a missed call. You can't prove otherwise.
Well, I mean, Jordan did walk up to me. He's like, I just found out these subs are supposed to be on call at 10 o'clock. I goes, yes, Jordan, I've been telling you this for a year.
Where would you ever have heard that? Oh, from me.
Oh, but you heard it from a union, so I've got to go be the union steward so you'll fucking listen to anything coming out of my mouth. Got it.
Yes. Well,
It's a long game on his part. He
It
just,
really is.
just wants you to be a union steward.
he'll probably ignore him then too. And just
Oh,
go find
I'm-
another union steward.
I'm probably getting ready to do it because I've decided that's the only way they're going to listen to anything I say because I'll tell them what you're doing is illegal and stupid. No, it's not.
Yes, yes.
And then they'll do it. And then I'll call my union steward and she'll call them, what you're doing is illegal and stupid. Oh, okay, I'll handle it.
Yeah, they should always operate as though what they're doing is illegal and stupid. You know,
I
you
thought
need
it
to
just
think.
was.
The first idea that comes to your head to solve a problem, okay, throw that one out.
Yeah.
Throw it out. And if you don't have another idea, go and ask somebody.
Like, I'm getting ready to tell them, it's like, let's do things how when Alan was here. You come tell me, and I'll handle it.
Yeah, you tell me, I'll tell the guy.
Like
It's
he
not
would,
right, I send it back.
He wouldn't even, dude. Alan wouldn't even talk to somebody that was fucking up. He's like, hey, go tell so and so they're fucking up, not to do that no
Yeah.
more.
If it's on the side, I send it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it. And fuck them.
If it's not a large, I send it back. How do you return a cup of coffee?
Just like this. See, I got problems with my work truck too. The fuel pump's going out in it again. And so now it's like when you put in, you get in, you put the key in, and you got to turn it on, you turn it off. You turn it on, turn it off. You do it 3 times and then try to start it, it'll fire right up. But if you just put the key in and turn it, it'll just turn. It won't do it.
They're giving you OCD ticks?
No, I just said fucking sucks. The thing did
1,
this last
2,
year.
3.
No, like you got to put the
You have
key
to
in.
lock his truck and unlock it 5 times every
put
time
the
he
key
gets
in,
out.
you turn it on
No wonder
accessory.
it takes you so long on the street.
And then the pump is weak. So the pump just barely activates, and you got to turn it off, and then you turn it back on to get the pump. To get enough gas up to the carburetor, you have to just put it on accessory.
I mean, you should be able to hop out and hop back in, like if you're just getting out for a minute. But if it sits there for like 20 minutes, that's when the gas will drain back out.
In the morning, and then if you do more than one loop at a park point, you got to do it. Because you just get in, turn the key, and it just does it. It won't fucking start. So that's what you have to do to get the fucking.
I mean, those things are so easy to replace. Why don't they just replace it?
Because I haven't written it up yet.
Oh, well then it's on you.
Well, it just started doing it. And I had this German lady. The German lady on my route's always out picking up garbage. She's 83.
Yeah.
She still thinks she's in fucking Munich. She's out there admonishing all these people for all the garbage laying around.
Yeah.
You look like a Jew.
She's out there and she says, I'm out there and I tried to start the truck and I'm like, God, I put my fucking head down on the steering wheel. This fucking thing is a pain in the ass. Because I'd hit the gas this time. I pressed on the gas a little bit. Maybe that'll work. That's too much. Press on the pedal, gives it too much gas, and then it won't start. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck. And I put my head was on the steering wheel and I just turned the key and it was going like that. And this German lady,
She thought
she
she was
walks
under
by.
fire.
I look over, she's got like a bag full of garbage and a stick she's been poking the trash with. And she goes, nothing but the best, eh? Now she's in on this shit. I said, what? And she said, yeah. And she's told me like another guy. She laughed. She goes, your friend, your replacement told me that.
Your replacement.
Because same thing happened last week, yeah. Like, same thing had happened to the guy, and he was out there, and he told her, hey, nothing but the fucking best, so she remembered that and told me. I said, you sure you don't work where I work? Are you sure? Because that's something that they say all the time. Like, yeah, man, I just fucking had 2 blowouts, and the front end fell out. Nothing but the best. Yeah. Somebody says that every time.
Oh, God.
And that was pretty good. She's in on it. You got me there, lady. You got me.
And the sad part is she comes from Germany where nothing mechanical ever fails.
No. And she's like, yeah,
Speaking of which, did y'all see that picture I posted in Slack last night of the Mercedes Amazon truck on fire?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
on fire.
I'm so pissed they're stealing our bit.
They're trying to do everything they can, aren't they?
Well, it works for the post office. Set about 5 of them on fire a day.
Yeah, just anything to get in the news. The fucking Amazons.
I like how neatly stacked those boxes were, by
Right?
the way.
Almost like they posed for the fucking picture.
It seemed like that was a set.
Those boxes were very nicely stacked.
That was a PR stunt, I think.
It totally was.
So you missed it. I think it was your off day. Our station manager told us that Amazon was coming for our jobs. They're taking our business. And she left there and saw 3 Amazon trucks on her way home in our area. And then we just fell out because we're like, there's 2 hubs out here.
Yeah.
They block the 3 of them are blocking my mailboxes every fucking day, lady. What do you leave the house more?
I can't get to the
Only
gas
saw
station.
3. That's a good sign.
You go to the gas station in the morning, that one with 18 pumps out there, you can't get in there. There's every fucking truck they got is parked over getting gas, and I tell you what, every one of them wrecked. Every one of them beat to shit.
So I know somebody tried getting a job with them, and they make you pay your part of the insurance for that vehicle.
Fuck.
Whoa.
So, like, this dude said, well, I did the math, and for 3 weeks, I would bring home no money. Like, it would be my 4th week before I made a dime.
Jeez, that's not even legal, is it? Are they independent?
They're
still?
subcontractors.
Okay, yeah, they're fucked. And then they have to pay their Social Security tax. All
Yes.
Because the employer pays half, you pay half. In that relationship, you have to pay all of it.
You pay everything. All they do, no withholding.
That's no
It's
wonder
all
I don't
straight
see.
pay.
Like
You're
when the
not
career
going to see
ends-
the same one
No.
twice.
I don't see one longer. That you see the same one a couple times, but then you don't. You know what I mean? Like until they get that first tax bill, you'll see them, and then it's
Do
like,
you think
fuck
this will be
again.
sustainable for Amazon?
I don't think it is, man. I mean, you're going to run out of people
It
who are willing
is.
to do
It
that.
is until you run out of people.
That's what I'm getting at.
I think they're just doing it until they run out somebody else. Like,
it ain't going to be us.
well,
It's not
some
going to be
other
us, but there's
deliverer.
going to be.
DH,
They're trying to
DHL.
kill somebody.
They're going to do it until there's 1 or 2 less competitors, and then they'll
DHL.
start offering a legitimate reason to.
And they've been talking about buying out FedEx.
Yeah, they
There
are.
has
I'm
been
actually on board with
talks about that. FedEx is the worst other than DHL.
They suck.
And
FedEx.
DHL, you don't even count as being the worst because you don't even see them. Like 95% of the time. Like you'll see one sometimes like, fuck, you're still here?
Right.
Did not know they still operated.
I saw a van the other. It's been a couple months ago, and I saw a guy, and he was dressed like fucking Ronald McDonald with his mustard,
it's horrible, man.
yellow, and a fucking ketchup red shit. And he's running up, and of course, it was the wrong fucking house, and he walked away and drove off. It's like you had one box on that truck, and you fucked it up. That's all you had on that's all he had in the van. He had this one big box. That was it.
I tell you what, man. There's a guy who in my small apartments who works for DHL, and he comes out and gets his mail all the time in the uniform. I'm like, I'm at work. Why aren't you at work?
Yeah. Oh, you on call?
Like, what is this? Why are you still in uniform and at home?
This is
at 11 o'clock.
They have to call in every morning and see if there are any packages.
No, it's one of those app scams.
Did one come in today? No.
Right. No.
He's put the app on his phone. He has to be dressed and ready to work.
So this is the intelligence of your average DHL driver. Is he called and made a formal complaint because he kept getting mail that wasn't his? And then, so I saw him and I asked him, I was like, I haven't seen any mail that wasn't yours I delivered here. And he said, well, hang on, I'll go get it. And he went upstairs, got it, and brought it down. And it was this city resident, current occupant. Didn't even have another name on it. It was only different names for current resident. And I was like, well, this is you. This is you. This is you. This is you.
God damn.
Like, it was literally every way you could say occupant,
The person
current
who
resident.
lives, dumb fuck.
Local neighbor.
Oh, our friend.
Our friend.
Pet lover is a good one. I don't have any fucking pets. Throw the fucking thing away then.
There's an Indian guy on my route who I've had that problem with, and he doesn't speak English at all. And every single time I give him any kind of current resident or current resident blank customer, whatever, he'll give it back to me. If I give it back to him one time, he'll take it. But he's lived there 6 months, and it's still every single day he's giving me back a current resident.
But I don't
from the
blame
day
him.
before.
He can't read that. He just sees gibberish American writing and says, that ain't my gibberish American writing, and puts it back in there. I'm fine with that. This guy speaks...
That doesn't make it okay.
No, fuck him.
This guy speaks English as a first language. He can read it. He's choosing not to.
Yeah, that guy's from here.
That guy's obviously worse.
Well, he works for DHL, Bruce. How fucking smart is the guy? Jason, you should expect that bullshit from that guy.
I do.
Yeah, you ask him about that uniform. Why are you dressed like that? What kind of fucking costume is that?
It's like you fell in 2 different kinds of mustard.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You work for the fucking Heinz company? What is this shit?
It's like brown and yellow mustard.
That's the worst. It's the worst.
Fuck Dusseldorf.
Ugh. Cartoon fucking costume.
They're ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Stupid.
Nobody would choose to wear a yellow anything.
No, especially not that shade of yellow.
Especially not at work.
I mean, what company? Yeah, you know what?
You're obviously
This is a
not
good
working
idea.
because your shirt's still relatively clean. I should be able to see every black mark in the history ever on it.
Yeah, it's brand new. He's not. He's not ever got it dirty.
Still got the fucking crisp lines in the shoulders and shit.
And it's got like, it's kind of a fascist-looking
It is.
uniform. It's almost like you could see the,
Well, you know they're a German
shoulder
company.
boards. Yeah, it's the German post office. It's privatized.
So
That's why they can't make it.
That's why they're so efficient.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Dummies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck
They
all that.
suck. Yeah, I'm fucking tired of them. How long are we going here? What do we got?
We're going the normal times.
Well, I mean, what time do we
Sorry?
start? Can we
start
continue
around
on, or
11.
we need to stop?
Well, I mean, we're at 44 minutes. We need to put another 5-10. You got a 5-10 minute bit there.
Nope.
How
Oh, we
about-
got longer
how-
bits.
You got something else for us that you? Keep
Oh, I do
forgetting
have
to
something I can do. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's look. Jazz has a picture of the uniform.
play? I do.
Oh, it
Oh,
looks
don't
like
put it
I
up there.
swear to God, it looks
Don't
like a
put it up
fast
there.
food fucking. It
It
looks like
does.
McDowell's.
It does look
Remember that
exactly
movie?
Fast food.
That's like
Yeah, yeah.
McDowell's on it.
Coming to America.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly. That's what this
It's a good
fucking
movie.
uniform looks like to me.
Yeah.
Let's trash this fucking shirt for a minute, because this is
They're so bad.
just bad.
Do you remember when they used to have a hub, and then behind the hub
Just
was
by
like
the
a
airplane.
trailer farm?
Mhm.
And the
Look at
trailer
that
farm,
shit.
the trailer farm was all people on like home incarceration.
Yeah, in a prison camp.
Yeah.
like work release fuckers.
Look at that shit, dude.
God damn, it's a polo shirt.
People
and
at
I just
McDonald's would
don't
tell you to
know.
fuck off if they told you to wear that for your uniform.
See, they're doing that. They're putting this bit in your head. Is that the fucking East German flag?
Oh, maybe.
Dude, let's with the black, the red, and the
Oh, maybe the black's very
Well,
subtle, but you could
yeah,
be
it's
right.
under the sleeves.
It's on the bottom part of the arms too. Yeah.
on the collar. Yeah, that's the fucking.
Yeah, I think that's.
It looks like a uniform from the
What
80s.
does their flag look like now? Is that their flag now?
I don't know. I think
unified-
that's, subliminal advertising for.
Kind of is a
for
little bit.
German
That yellow one there is like,
Stasi.
yeah.
DHL. Ugh.
It's like the red. Oh my God, they got shoulder bands with DHL written on it.
I like in my
A
life
red
probably
band
only
around
had,
her arm.
I had like
Creepy.
three fucking packages delivered by DHL in my. Yeah,
that's
it's-
it.
Yeah, look at it.
There it is.
It is. Yeah,
There's the flag.
I'm just gonna flip
I
it
don't
back
think
and
that
forth
is
for you.
exactly.
Has that
That's the
in the
flag.
middle.
Well,
I
that's
think it's just the 3 colors.
yeah. They had to get rid of that shit in the middle. They just had to go with the that middle part too strong of a message.
yeah.
But basically, the unified German flag. Yeah,
I thought
that's
that was
weird.
the East German flag.
that is East German.
It is East German.
Oh, okay.
But the flag now is
I think it's just the stripes, isn't it?
it's just the stripes. Yes.
What we were just talking about.
But
I
that's
missed
still
that.
weird. Like, what was
I
the
don't know.
West German flag? You know what I mean? What was the?
I think it was just mugs of beer and titties.
Seemed like.
I
What
watched.
side were we on? We were on the West, right?
Yeah, we are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
West, Brian.
Well, I'm just saying part of the fucking country.
Yeah, the West.
All right.
The wall went down the middle.
Yeah, that's
We
weird
got
that
the
they
West,
would
they got the
to,
East.
when they unified the country. Weird that they would take because our side won. Why would we take the loser side's
So
flag?
did the
Why the fuck?
Russians.
They were on our side too.
In World
No,
War
no,
II.
no. I'm saying when the Germany was divided and we were running half of it and the Germans were running half.
Yeah,
I mean the fucking Russians were running half.
yeah.
It was two separate places, two
Yeah.
separate countries that built a wall in between, keep the
Yeah.
fucking assholes from mingling.
Well,
Each part had their own flag.
I mean, they built the wall. We didn't build the wall.
Still a losing proposition.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Fucking Gorby, fucking bird shit on his head.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Is that how that's pronounced?
I shat my pants.
That means he wants. A
I
jelly
shat on my
donut.
forehead
I choose to shit in my pants not because it is easy.
because it is hot. The pet shitter bit. Let's retire that one. We're at the end of this thing. That's good.
What
We
even is
choose
that?
to
Is
shit
that a
our
flag?
pants every
No,
day
I'm
up
not
to the
retiring it
pants.
because he's gonna run again
Germany,
next
but
year.
it's the East and
Yeah,
West
he's running
flag
again.
to show you the difference between the Germany flags, the East and
That's
the
the
West ones.
territory.
Why do they overlap?
That bird there.
That's the
was
old
a-
one. That's the World War One one.
That's the old one. Yeah, that's what I was. Because that's the shirt that Cooter was wearing
Yeah.
in there.
He was,
I said, "What side are you on, fucker?" And he goes, "Huh? Never mind. You don't even know."
he was wearing the Kaiserhelm flag
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I mean, Germans in World War One weren't necessarily the bad guys.
Yeah.
They just weren't the good guys.
No, right. They,
Like they weren't like putting people into ovens, but they
Not
kind
yet.
of did some stuff that they didn't understand why everybody was upset about, like killing civilians.
You know, it's weird whenever you see a flag and they're really proud. They got like a tree, and then there's some wheat, and then there's, as soon as the fucking hammer shows up, there's problems with them. Whoever puts the fucking tools on their flag, you're going to have a fucking problem with these people. Or a book. Certain kind of book. If there's a
true.
book or a fucking tool on there, we're fucked. And we're going to have to go to war with them.
Also, if you notice, the more busy the flag, the more like elements of the flag, the more likely they are to be at war with someone somewhere.
And the colors, too. Like a really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
look at the
DHL colors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, look at the
And a
British
yellow
flag.
and red.
Like, you got stripes, you got stars, you got a bunch of
There's
colors.
a bunch of shit going on.
Then they're all the time fucking like killing half the world until here recently. They're like, "What? No, we're the good guys."
Oh, we
Remember
had
World
this
War II?
empire, and it was great. Yeah.
What if DHL is just like a vast spy network? They don't actually. Nobody ships packages with them. It's just them
a front.
dealing,
Start a fucking
like
That-
sending information back and forth
That
to
makes
their posts.
vastly more sense.
That
It's
does
the
make a
only
lot of
reason.
sense.
It's the only thing that explains why they're still around.
Yeah, it's not
That's why they're
sustainable.
That makes a lot of,
around.
yeah, it's not sustainable, but who gives a fuck? We can get a couple of dumbass Americans over to dress up.
Pay
You know
a
what I mean?
guy a
Fuck.
day's work to go deliver the one
Yeah,
box
one
in
box.
his truck.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, their entire U.S. revenue can't make one van payment.
No, there's no fucking way.
Yeah,
No way.
no.
Yeah, that's a good bit. They might be doing that.
All right, let's break on that because that's a good one.
All right, let's take it.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
What's next on the lineup?
A station break.
We'll take over.
Have you DJ'd before?
No.
No?
But we do a morning talk show all the time.
Snap, it's the snappiest sound to do. Crackle, get you crackin', 'cause it's crispy through and through.
There's no stopping once pop starts popping.
Snap, crackle, pop, talking just to you.
You've just heard Kellogg's Rice Krispies, the talking part of your complete breakfast.
Morning listeners know Rice Krispies is a hit.
This holiday season, get the lemon lime soft drink with real juice. Get Slice.
We got the juice, a burst of cheer. We got the taste for this time of year. We got the juice, we got the twist. We got what's fighting 7-Up and mist.
10% real juice.
We got the juice, it's going fast. We're stocking up to make it last. So nice. We got the juice.
Happy holidays.
Slice.
New studies show that pot damages your lungs a lot more than you think, especially if you're still growing.
You can't fly if you're high.
The American Lung Association. It's the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway, and get ready for Snoops. He's a college professor, she's a diplomatic liaison, and they're having the time of their lives, while others are losing theirs. Get ready for Tim Reed and Daphne Maxwell Reed, the most stylish twosome ever to solve a crime. Get ready for Snoops, Friday on CBS. And now, you have a second chance at winning any unclaimed grand prizes by entering the CBS Kmart Get Ready giveaway Second Chance Sweepstakes. Look for details here at Kmart.
Are you ready? Because once you bite into a Three Musketeers bar, there's no turning back. It's so light it lifts you to the limit in chocolate taste, with the center ribbed like a chocolate cloud, and coated in velvet smooth chocolate. Go on, lighten up with Three Musketeers, and let your spirits soar.
Thursday, The Body Human looks at the facts of life for boys. Join Ken Howard, star of The White Shadow, for a very frank discussion about sexual awakening, about what it means, what it feels like to become a man. This special program is a first for young people and for parents to share. The Body Human, Facts for Boys, Thursday at 4, 3 Central and Pacific.
From the leading manufacturer of video game hits comes the #1 video game system, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
When you get hold of the Nintendo Entertainment System, when you master Rob, the video robot, and meet the challenge of Gyromite, when you shoot the light-sensing zapper, when you play the system with the most arcade hits, you're playing with power. The Nintendo Entertainment System. Now you're playing with power.
What's in this little blue egg that keeps Barbara Eden looking slim and trim?
Ooh, there's only one answer to that. It's Legs Control Top Pantyhose. See? Legs slims and trims but doesn't bind. So you get comfort and control.
Stretching, bending, standing, setting. Just one pantyhose that's always spinning. Nothing beats a great pair of legs.
I won't put on my bikini till I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
I won't put on my jogging shorts till I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
Neat works better than razors. Look, razors only cut at the surface, but Neat works below skin surface. 5 days later, you see stubble on the razor leg, but the Neat leg is still smooth, so you look better in your bikini.
Before I go out with Billy, I take it off with Cocoa Butter Neat.
Cocoa butter lotion and now cream, too. Neat for smoother legs longer.
If you have a drinking problem, don't be fooled into thinking that you can control it with grass and pills. It's like fighting a fire with gasoline. Stop the madness.
Shoppers, Kmart offers an easy layaway plan for your shopping convenience. It's available in every department of the store. Simply make a small deposit on your purchase and we'll hold it for payment later. Take advantage of our sales prices today. Put your purchases in layaway now.
You're cool, you're crisp, you're hard to resist, you're bright, ooh, refreshing delight, ooh, you're clever to try, you're a singular style, you're a reason to smile, you're clever, you're neat, you're never too sweet, ooh, you're clever to try, you tickle
Attention, Kmart shoppers. I've always wanted to say that. Dusty Lenscap here for the Kmart Photo Center, reminding you that there's no better time to get rid of that full roll of film you've been carrying around than right now. Just ask Mrs. Johnson in aisle 3 of Ladies Apparel. She just picked up prints of her son Josh, and I'm sure she's pleased to get such fine quality at a low Kmart price. And to remind you once again, Mrs. J, if you're not completely satisfied with any print, for no matter what reason, we'll reprint it or we'll give you your money back. That's Kmart's goof-proof policy. And as you well know, those prints are on time or they're free. So, folks, if you have a roll of film burning a hole in your pocket, remain calm, don't panic, and proceed single file to the Kmart Photo Center. You'll be glad you did. I'll be glad you did. And we'll all sleep well tonight. Thank you.
As long as you come to Kmart, don't forget the film.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Mics are live. The mics are live.
What?
Sorry, I had a grudge. Like 4 people got that joke. And I'm so glad you're one of them.
And even 2 of them are groaning.
I'm so glad you're one of them.
I got the joke, too. You could have picked a better Sarah Michelle Gellar movie.
No, I don't think he could.
I think she did all the corny stuff.
Hold on. Give us an example.
I don't know.
Yeah, give us an example.
Because you know the other thing I know her
you
in.
did last summer.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
No.
I thought that was Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Buffy's the only other thing I know that she's in, and that's just as bad and corny.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
All right, you win. I forgot about that one. That was a better movie.
The porno's much better.
You could say that about anything. The porn was much better, and like, yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah. How about Edward Penis Hands? Is that one you've watched?
I don't know. Is it recommended by the Colonel?
I've never seen it. I know it's out there, but I've never seen it. That's just one based on a movie I've heard of. I don't like either, actually.
You've heard of? So you've never seen Edward Scissorhands?
I've seen a couple minutes of it, and I didn't like it. And I turned to shit.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't like it.
Come on, dude. Come on.
I know, but still.
It seems
like there
fucking
are certain
stupid.
things you should
Seems
experience
dumb.
even if you don't like them.
No.
Just because they're so classic. Really?
Not him. Not him. It's not gonna be good for the movie. It's not gonna be good for him.
It's not anybody else there.
Anybody he sees in the next week. You know what I watched this weekend? At Edward Scissorhands. There's a bunch of bullshit.
Everybody acts like it's normal.
Fucking asshole with knives for hands.
It was supposed to be surreal, dude.
Like his fingers and he trims bushes.
But everything about it is
Tim
fucked.
Burton, man.
Yes, it's Tim Burton. It's fine.
Everything
Everything about
you
it's
got these
fucked.
neighborhood with these weird fucking houses with no trees.
Yes.
Fucking, what's he cutting? Was he sawing down the fucking trees? Who was his dad? Some maniac fucking logger?
He was built, sort of.
I don't know. It's fucking nuts.
In a lab?
Mad scientist lab.
I've never seen this, so I have no idea like anything about this movie.
I mean, he was created in a castle.
I wanted to see that movie. Does that make it any better?
It's like a modern day Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I like Tim Burton.
Yeah, I don't like Frankenstein either.
What about
Young
It's actually a really good
That's not
comparison. I'd
Frankenstein,
never
that bad.
thought of that before.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, it is. That's like literally what that movie is.
It's a surreal
Except
modern
he
day.
looks a little more like a person.
Yeah, it's a fucking goofy idea, though. Man, the story's already been told. What the fuck you gotta tell this guy's... You tell me you put scissor hands on a fucking kid who didn't know how to use them, and he scarred his face up trying to learn how to... Why don't you just put them on some guy that already knows how to... Okay, I get it. Put the scissors on my hands. Why don't you just do that?
Because it's an old man in a castle, and he only had one person there, and it was this kid.
Kidnap somebody. Go get us... Look, I'm putting
wait a
scissors
minute.
on
Wait
your
a
hands,
minute. Wait a
friend.
minute. Wait a minute.
Don't use
Do you think there's people out there in the world that would know how to deal with scissor fingers? Because I don't think I don't think that guy.
I feel like the younger they are when you put them on somebody, the better.
I feel like you're going to learn how to use them better.
You're telling this fucking child, no, you're too stupid to know how to. You can't adapt to this shit. You cut your fucking face off.
Well, no. What happened is
how
the
do you
guy
piss?
the guy right after he did it, like he died.
He never
Oh, well,
finished
fuck
him.
him. Oh, he never finished him?
So
that guy should go to prison.
He
died. Dead guy?
He did. He got the death penalty.
You can put his body in a jail cell, I swear. He should pay the rest of his life for that
I'm
bullshit.
putting an end to this dumbass bit.
Thank God. Thank God. I got nothing else to say about it.
Brian was really running out of steam.
I watched
towards the end.
I watched 4 minutes of this. This is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen. Let's go. Change the channel. Welcome back to Out for Delivery.
I saw it like 3 times in the theater.
I'm sure you did.
I was in middle school, so like
There
you
you
can't
go.
hold it against me.
No, I'm not gonna hold it. Taste change, with time. You'll learn to hate it. Hopefully. Welcome back to Out for Delivery, everybody. Please take a minute to look over your support options on the website at eldoradostudio.net. This is your show, so let's keep it going. I also want to say hello to our new listeners. Also, particularly the guys from the Bench Time Model Railroading podcast that's brought to you by H.O. Scale Customs. Good dudes over there. Fantastic. And if you're into that shit, you should probably look them up. And they got a good product they're producing and putting out, so good dudes. We thank them. We thank you, too. Also, want to shoehorn this in here. Gibson Guitars and Fender Amplifiers, the official musical instruments of Out for Delivery.
I didn't agree to this.
Yeah, no, none of us did.
We're now tagging things official.
But I'm okay with it.
So it's the official shit of Out for Delivery.
I didn't agree to it, but I'm going to let it
it's one of
ride
those things you
because
gotta
I
let
would have.
Yeah.
Those are the best guitars and best amplifiers, so I'm gonna.
It's the best of my experience.
And I'm going to let it go because I have zero input over the editing of the show.
And we got to get rid of it. Well, I don't know. That's okay. I can stay there, but I'd rather have something good, but we'll see.
The good guitar isn't going to hang on that wall.
No,
the
I'm
good
not gonna
guitar
put it
is
in it.
being played.
Yeah, the good one's going to be in
Plus, it's only a matter of time before that thing winds up on the floor. Like,
Oh, your son's gonna knock it off.
I'm
Well, I don't
really
know.
surprised it's still there.
Me too.
Like it hasn't fallen
I
once.
don't know. We put it up so close to the ceiling that it's hard. It'd be hard to knock off.
yeah, you got to like really push on it to get it to come off of the rack.
Swing it. I'll hit it. You hit it.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even know what kind of wood that thing's made out of. It's like a particle board or. It's so
Cardboard.
thin. The headstock is heavier than the body of it, so if you put it on a strap and you let go, the fucking headstock goes whoop, points right to the floor. It's like, so you know that's good wood and good tone, right?
Yeah.
That's good tone. Shit.
Well, it should be
That's-
played through so much distortion that it don't matter if you're playing a guitar like that.
Usually that's the way it goes. It's got super light strings on it. Doesn't stay in tune very good. But it looks cool, so whatever.
Ugh.
Like a minnow.
What's up with our
Western.
TV back there?
Somebody hit a button and changed inputs on it. So now it's on a air television station, channel 8, I believe.
I have no idea.
And now, there we
That's
go.
what happened.
There we go.
And
call.
when you say somebody, I'm assuming since you knew about it.
I saw it when it happened, but I don't know who activated the button.
Thanks, Brian.
I have no idea. There we go.
Someone
Now it's
on
back.
that side of the table with the remote.
No, I'm
Well, it
just
kinda
saying
goes without
thanks
saying.
because if he saw it, it was probably me since he's not saying it. 'Cause
I
if he
didn't-
saw it,
Oh no, I didn't.
and it was Jason, he absolutely would have said
That's
something.
true.
Oh, yes.
Thank
True.
you, Brian.
I didn't
Yeah.
see. I didn't know where the remote was, and it flashed. And I looked up, and it had the 8 in the corner. I was like, oh, somebody changed the channel.
All right,
So
so
whatever.
I got an attendance review. This
Nintendo?
and
Is that some kind of
Nintendance.
game?
I got an attendance review.
I've never
Attendance?
played that one.
It sucks because it's just you and Jordan, and he's not really a worthy opponent.
Yeah, he's not
you,
playing.
what is there to say? You've been showing up. Good job.
No, like
Yep.
so they do this every 6
Best
months.
I've ever seen. He told me.
Seriously, I've never had this.
Like every 6 months, like they come to you with a sheet of paper that has every vehicle accident you've had on it and every unscheduled day you've missed in like the last 6 months.
Nobody
Did
else
not
does-
know that was
nobody
even
else
a
does
thing.
this.
I've never seen it.
We don't do it.
It's just our office, I think.
We just get a letter.
Huh.
Every time we get a new boss in there, they fucking send him around with a tennis review.
Well, and I think they did it because the other side, the shitbag side, I don't know if they ever come to work. I don't think I've seen one of those at work 2 days in a row ever.
No, they're trying to nip some of the people in the bud by talking to them about that's your job discussion.
Brian
basically.
shows up.
Well, no, this wasn't a job discussion. This was just like
Well,
a
no, they
review.
can count it as one. When they come around and say, well, you've missed some, you've got some unexcused days here, you need to pick it up.
Well, so he didn't say that to me, but he opened up this whole other can of worms that he was unprepared for.
Oh, God.
Oh, I
It's
can
because
imagine.
when I had that stomach flu and called him, he was like, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
find someone else. I'm gonna have a funeral on Tuesday. He put that in, this unscheduled time. He put in for annual.
Oops.
Yeah, they've been doing it a lot.
So he put it in
Fucking
for
it up.
annual, but he's counting. And this is my first unscheduled sick day in the 9 years I've been there.
I don't think he's allowed to do that unless he asks you and you tell
You're right.
him to do it that way.
You're correct. It's totally up to the employee what leave gets used, not them.
So there's this accident on my record, and this accident really makes me angry because I was stopped at a mailbox and got rear-ended.
Yeah, we remember that.
And they, what could you have done to avoid this accident? I don't know.
Not exist.
Been a ghost? Called in sick? What do you want?
Not been at work.
Like, there's nothing I could have done.
Could have been in Wonder Woman's plane.
Had somebody else take this stuff for me.
Could have been in Vegas.
So I'm like, I don't really agree with this. And then it also has how much sick and annual time you have left at the top of the page. I was like, well, that's not right because I still haven't got that 1 day annual back.
Right.
So he's like, well, you can, we're asking people to sign them if you want. I was like, sure, I'll sign it. And then I started making corrections all over his piece of paper.
You can do that, yeah.
And then
It's fun.
initialing them. I was like, this is incorrect. And then, not my fault. Down at the bottom, in the slightest, not my fault. And then I'm like, so then I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? Wait a minute. You charged me for annual on this unscheduled.
For sick.
Now, that doesn't seem fair, Jordan. Does it? If you're going to charge me like I did something wrong, but then take away my annual time, which you have to schedule, like it's got to be one or the other. Which one you want it to be? I don't know. I'll look into it. I was like, yeah, but I mean, why would you charge me for that if you're going to charge me for this? Like,
I'll look into it.
I'm gonna look into that. And I was like, I still haven't got that 1 annual day now, and it's been 7 weeks.
No,
Yesterday
2
was
days.
7 weeks. He's like,
I'll give you some time.
That's fucked.
Karen's on that. I said, well, how do we proceed from here? And he's like,
backing away
I
from
just
you?
got
yes.
his head
He's
kind of
trying to leave
away.
the office,
Yeah.
but Jason's at the door.
And I mean, he's got this like piece of paper that's like a whole piece of paper, but there's like 3 things. It's like one of them's my name, this accident, and this one unscheduled sick day.
I got the one solved in 10 days. They paid a dude, Cozart. They paid him.
Yeah.
Paid him annual instead of sick, and he showed me his stubs. I went in there and I said, "Hey, you got to fix this." They went through there and Karen did it. She's like, "Yeah, we'll fix it." And I said, "Did they fix it?" And he said, "Yeah, they did."
So Jordan's saying that he can fix everybody's there except for our
it's
side.
a pay adjustment.
He said he can fix everybody there except for our
No,
side. And I'm like, how do we proceed from
fucking-
here? I said, how do we proceed from here? And he said, I don't know. I'll talk to Karen and walked off.
He was running
Like,
away with his tail between his legs.
He slammed his office door. Left
I mean, the
Jason
pay
inside.
correction for you is the same for everybody else. It's not. I mean, you're an employee in the building. How's that different? How's that a different
And I
system at all?
I asked him, I said, what are you doing coming to me with fucking hours on this sheet? Do you even know what I do here?
No, he has no idea.
Do you know that I can't take an hour of leave? If I have to take 1 hour leave, I got to take the whole day.
Yeah.
My leave is in days, not in hours.
Maybe when they were going to give you that hour of auxiliary help, he probably paid you an hour
Oh,
annual
you
instead.
put an hour annual on there for me?
Yeah, there you go. I just gave you an hour annual that you worked. That's how I could do that. I didn't know what else to do, so I had to pay you some kind.
You didn't want to get paid for that, did you? Okay.
Yeah. I'll talk to Karen. We'll see how to proceed from here.
I'll talk to Karen. I'm sure he will.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I don't mind that one unscheduled sick day. It's a little annoying to me because it's the first one in 9 years, but I couldn't come to work. Like, it was a valid reason for me to take unscheduled sick leave.
What is Karen's last name? Filippelli?
I think so.
Oh, that sounds like
But
it's Italian.
But if you're going to do it, charge me sick time. I got so much sick time, I could literally have my spleen removed and never miss a day of pay.
You should not have said that.
Yeah, probably not.
No. This isn't like when Stu said, I'll never need my sick time and then
He
had
just
to have
said
a
it.
hernia surgery.
It would be amazing if I got cancer.
No, what I'm saying is if something horrible like that happens
Right,
to
you would
me,
have plenty of time.
I've got time. So take my actual sick time out of my sick time
Yeah, that's what
because
it's for.
I don't have enough annual.
Right. And if you're short on annual, they don't have to grant you the time.
No.
Right. Even an hour. You get
well,
39 hours? No,
Not a thing for us.
Not a thing. Yeah, we're by the day.
Everything is 8 hours.
I'm talking about advanced, like
Here's the
scheduling
crazy
or
part
whatever
is
you
I earn the days on my route, and if I go to a route that pays 10 hours more a week, my days carry over. Now all of a sudden they're worth more. But if I go from like a 48-hour a week route down to a 38-hour a week, now my days are worth less.
Right.
It seems like they would figure that out, but they haven't.
Yep.
So I can only go up from here. I'm thinking about bidding on a 48K, taking 3 weeks off, and then bidding back down.
Yeah, bid back, yeah.
I would make money.
Yeah, I'm just going to temporarily. Let's do it every summer. Fuck, it's no big deal. I'm coming back. All right, I'm coming back.
Every December.
They'd send you a letter of demand every fucking year. They want their fucking money back.
No, that's their rules. I didn't make the rules.
Well, I mean, I think it's our rules. I feel like that's our contract that we
maybe
negotiate for.
I'm just saying, hate the game, not the player.
He came to me with that attendance review shit, and I disputed some things that were on it. The only thing I did dispute, there was one. It said one unscheduled absence. I said, what was that one? I know what it is. It was an unscheduled absence.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, and he started flipping pages.
Yeah.
And page after page was just the next guy, the next guy.
Yeah, there was nothing else there.
There was nothing else on it.
He pulled the same trick on me.
More stuff on you.
He went. He licked his finger and started pulling up the page.
Did he think he had a magic clipboard and the answer was going to be on the bottom?
What's on there? Is there more information on me?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you looking at?
Is this single-sided or double-sided paper? What are you doing?
Dossier on Colonel.
What are you doing here? I said, tell me when it was. When was it? Oh. Well, you said you got one here. It's actually, it's pretty good. It's the best one so far. It's the best one I've seen so far. I said, well, get used to that, pal. Because, I got some days coming up I'm taking off. And I ain't going to fucking schedule it. I know you're not going to grant them, so fuck you and get ready. Still under the threshold, though. So, it's fucking flipping through papers and shit. Is this busy work? What is this?
I asked him, I was like, I've had one day in 9 years, and you think this is worth talking to me about?
Well, they talk to everybody.
I understand.
They can't single anybody
I understand,
out.
but I had him in my case. Like, he was in my parlor. It's now time for me to fuck with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's like, no, that's really good.
I also said, I have written down here, I said, I keep these notes. Union book, steward book.
Is that filled up yet?
Almost. Almost done.
That book's looking a little ragged, dude.
It is looking ragged, too. It's been through a lot. Because there's a lot going on. And, what was I saying?
Sometimes you'll just randomly see him in the post office with that book. Who's that guy? All right.
Yeah, you had to write down everything. You had to write down what the weather is for certain days if it's bad. And then when they come back and say, this guy was out here this late, this guy, and you turn to the page. We had 4 inches of rain that day, and there was a massive thunderstorm.
You open his book, Dear Diary. It's pretty much what it is at this point.
Yeah, it is, kind of. So-and-so fucked with
made
so-and-so.
fun of me today.
This is Dwight's journal here. That's what it is. It's Dwight's
this
journal.
kind of is.
I have a 120-day plan to take this man down.
I told Jordan I had some notes on days he wasn't there, and I would be around to talk to him about his absences later that day.
I like that one.
And I did the thing, and he had walked off by the time I was like, oh no, come back, and I had my book open. And I started flipping through the pages like I was going through papers. Like, come on back, I got your review ready. And he's like, oh man, you're crazy. He didn't want nothing to do with it.
No,
he wanted nothing to do with me. He's like, oh, I gotta go.
Just never mind. I didn't talk to you.
You didn't ask me to sign it.
Well,
I said, fuck it. Just go.
Always in the past, whenever they would come around with this, like I had no unscheduled sick time. So the only thing on there was that accident, and so I would corner whoever it was about this accident. It's like, why is this on here? Why is this being counted? You need to explain to me why. Oh, you know how they are. No.
Do you?
Explain it to me why this is being counted against me, because there's nothing I could have done to prevent this accident. Like I didn't have to take driver training. Like I didn't have to do any of that stuff.
Because you still had an accident. Their policy is going to be the same as an insurance company. Somebody who gets in a bunch of wrecks, even if none of them are their fault, their insurance is still going to go up.
But I haven't gotten a bunch of wrecks. I've had one in 15 years.
It's the same.
Our line of work, it's got to be like in stone that you didn't fuck up, because everything.
It was.
No,
they didn't give me the driver training. They didn't do anything. I didn't sign any other paperwork other than my statement of what happened at the accident, and the post office got their money back.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know.
I mean, maybe the union.
I got out of one. Well, I say got out of it. It wasn't. I wasn't involved in an incident one time that was 100% not my fault, and it disappeared. A couple days later.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about.
Never showed up on
this one like
Dan file or anything.
Yeah, this one totaled a new car and like half my truck, so it couldn't disappear.
Again, not your fault.
It wasn't, and that's why I think it shouldn't be counted against me.
That's what I mean. I'm saying it is possible for them to do that.
It's possible for them to do a lot of things.
I don't want you thinking that every accident is going to be on your record. There is a way for an accident to not be on there if it wasn't your fault.
Then this needs to not be on there. We need to drag this up. I need to talk to the union, sir.
Non-preventable.
It was non-professional. I was stopped. My hand was in a mouth.
I agree.
That makes it non-professional.
And then it was like, poof.
Yeah, you're in the act of delivering some shit.
Flashers
you
were
get
on.
hit by somebody.
Lights were on.
Was that the one in a court or a cul-de-sac?
No. This was the
on
one
a
on
bigger street.
that big street.
Oh, yeah.
And then the first thing she said to me is, I'm sorry, I was filling out paperwork for my next patient. I was like, woman, start over.
Yeah.
Don't say that to me.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't even hear that.
Oh, I heard it. Oh, this is all going to my notes.
But Brian did.
Yeah. Brian's. What's your name? What's this? Who lives in this house? I need to know everyone.
And she was
What kind
speeding.
of paperwork were you filling out?
Yeah.
And she was speeding. Hit me
Yeah.
so hard my glasses flew off my face and hit the windshield.
Oh, God.
I was at a dead stop. She never hit a brake. She didn't see me. I mean, I understand it's hard to see this big ass truck with flashing lights all over.
Yeah, you can miss it sometimes.
To be fair, they're white, so they're harder to see. Like if you're looking down at something.
Yeah, most things are hard to see if you're not looking at them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, out of your peripheral, lighter colors
Right,
are
yeah.
harder to see.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't jump out at you.
Maybe we should have like a mustard yellow and a bright red
There we
fucking
go.
with a fucking
They're not gonna be needed
German
in a few
flag on the
years.
side.
Yeah, let's paint a German flag on the back of it and everybody will
Kaiser.
notice it.
Let's go with the old school shit. Let's go
I
with
bet
the
they don't
Kaiser
have a
flag.
single wreck on their.
No, they
books.
drive 2 miles a week total for fleet. We
I
looked
don't
up the
know.
number of employees they have.
Yeah.
McDonald's has more employees in this town than they do
I don't
over
know.
the entire country.
This McDonald's is constantly hiring. I think they keep about 5 people.
No, said what I said.
It's about how many people they have.
I had something weird happen to me on the street last week. A couple things, but this one thing was weird. There's 2 people on the sidewalk and they're pushing this baby carriage.
Mhm.
And this is the beginning of my day, and it's the morning, and I'm just,
Here's the fucked up part. Is when he says baby carriage, I don't think about like a stroller.
It's
or
a
anything.
stroller.
I think of like one of those 1920s like black.
Bioshock.
I don't know why I said baby carriage. That's weird too. I don't know why I
it's
said
fucking
that.
strange, dude. Just so you know.
There's a
giant gothic like umbrella thing over
Well,
the
it's
top.
got that like half like fucking like sunshade thing.
Like it
that's,
looks like the Oregon Trail,
yeah,
half of an
See,
Oregon
it's-
Trail.
yeah.
type
Yeah,
of,
there you go. Yeah, they had a couple of mules pulling a fucking
Yeah.
one of those stupid wagons. Now this fat guy, he's a young dude, like really a young guy, and then he had this girl with him, and she seemed, they were of the similar age, and they're pushing this stroller with a baby in it. And I look over, and they're on the sidewalk, and they wave. So I wave, hey, how you doing? So I go up on this guy's porch, boom, come back down, and the guy's like standing in this dude's driveway. He goes, hey, how's it going? That's going all right, man. So I stopped walking. I looked at him. I was like, who the fuck are these people? And he goes, hey, and he starts talking. So I was like, all right, I'll just walk out to this dude. Somebody new, I guess, moved in or whatever.
Fine.
So I walked out to the
hello
guy,
to
and
the
he's
friendly
talking.
neighborhood mailman. He doesn't know you're you.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, hey, man, how's it going? He said, well, man, we had a baby. I said, oh, look there. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Huh.
Cute kid.
How about
Congratulations
that?
to
The
y'all.
human race will continue.
Yeah, congratulations. And he goes, I mean, I don't know if you remember me, but we're back. We're back. And so you're Brian, right? I said, yeah. I was like, who the fuck is I don't ever forget.
I would not have admitted to that.
Well, see, he remembers me. Like, we had a conversation, obviously, because he knows my name, and he remembered it. And I was like, I never forget these people on my route. I don't. And so he's like, do you have a change of address? And I was like, yeah, it's in the truck. I said, and he said, where's the truck? I said, look, I said, you're all walking the same direction. I said, you just go down the end of this street. The truck's down there. I'll give you one. How many you need? He said, just one. I said, all right, cool. And so they continue on, and I continue on. And the whole time I'm walking, like another 5 minutes, I'm like, who in the flying fuck are these people? Who are they? Okay, so we get back to the truck, and the guy's like bumbling about, yeah, man, I mean, we don't,
that's what he was pushing.
Yeah, we don't get out too much. We just out to take a walk. It's a nice day, and, we just had this kid, and we just, we're private people. And, we just keep to ourselves. We won't make a lot of noise. I said, oh, it's fine. It's great, man. It's great. So I gave them the change of address, and they continued on. They walked down a different street. Like, they were on one street, and then they continued down a completely different one after they got to change of address. I said, well, maybe they're going home.
Didn't
Or
you
maybe
say
they're
he
going-
just said he was walking? Like they were out walking?
Yeah, they were walking.
No, you said he said that.
Well, they were out pushing the baby around.
With a baby carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look like that.
Exactly
Similar.
like that.
So they continued on, and I
Similar, it had a handle and wheels.
I assumed that they were just going back to wherever they live, and I never forget who people are especially when I have a conversation with them, and I know exactly where they live and all this shit, and I'm still thinking, who the fuck is this guy? And so I sat in the truck for a minute, and I'm like, I'm gonna drive down the street and see where they went. So
The
I can
truth
see
is.
if I see him go into the house, I'll remember maybe, or whatever. So I gave him some time, let him get out of sight, like down. There's a
They
stop
went
sign,
to the
and they
neighbor's
continued down.
house of the truck guy who he keeps handing keys to. This is him getting back at him.
Could be. This could be a long game by one of my enemies. So I get in the truck and I drive down the street, and they have vanished. Nowhere to be found, all right?
Shit.
Yeah, the guy had his
You
truck
have
around
ghosts
the
on your
corner.
route.
Ghosts.
The guy had the truck
Holy shit.
on the route, and they just ran off with the truck,
You,
so
gave-
you
you
wouldn't
gave
know.
a COA to a fucking ghost.
Their unfinished business is they didn't change their address before they died.
To hell.
This could be a Beetlejuice situation. I don't know. So I get out there. It's pretty good. I get out there. I'm like, okay, I've isolated
From
them
now,
to this
from
block
now
of
on,
the
a
street.
Beetlejuice situation is now a part of my vocabulary.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know,
is
guys. This is looking like a Beetlejuice situation.
It did to me. It did to me. Because they smiled and their teeth are like just disgusting. I'm like, they're two dead people. Their teeth are right out of their head. They've been dead. This is.
Did you see the
They were in
baby?
Yeah.
So
Baby
it
didn't
was
have
a-
any teeth either,
It was
Bruce.
a real
It's fine.
baby. No, I'm just making sure it wasn't.
Oh, it was a
like,
real baby, yeah.
Like
Baby
a
already
rotting
on meth, man.
Baby corpse or
I
something.
think maybe what happened is this family got killed in a car accident. They came back as ghosts, and now they're just fucking with me.
This is the modern day hitchhiker story.
Could be.
I wouldn't expect it to be scared. I'm a
I've
little spooked
isolated
right
these
now.
people to a single block
He's out there with
on
his
my
EMF
route
reader.
now, and I am going through every time. It's several days ago this happened. I'm
His
thinking
EMF reader's going
about
off.
every person that lives in every house down through there, and I still can't pin them down. I don't know who they are. I've never seen them
Somebody
again.
had to move in there recently.
Maybe
I've
they
not
moved,
gotten-
Maybe
here's
they
the other
moved
thing.
2 streets over. Did you drive to the next street just in case?
Yeah, I made a loop around. Yeah,
Oh, maybe
okay,
they
you're
moved
fucked.
back in with their mom.
Perhaps, but I still have not gotten like anything that says, "Hey, your new address is this," because like they send that
Dude, I'm creeped out.
when you change it. They send that hello, welcome
How
neighborhood.
long has
this
it
is your
been
new-"
since you've changed a route?
This is way better than Avery's vacuum cleaner
Change
story.
what?
A route?
What do you mean?
The route you're on?
Oh, I've been on it. I was on it before I left, and then when I came back, I ended up on it again. So I've been on it.
I'm just curious
for
if
a while.
maybe they knew you from a different route, and they just happened to like it. Maybe
they-
it was next to the one
I
that
was
you were
thinking that.
at. And,
Yeah, I was thinking that, but he did say we're back.
well, that's what I'm
So that
saying.
made
If,
me
if,
think.
if you were the carrier on that other route, and they saw you,
No, I haven't worked another route in that station since
okay,
fucking 4 years.
It's been longer
And
than
he
that.
knows
back,
probably
Brian.
more than that. And he knows I've been back for 3, right?
I think you've been back for 4.
no, I said they're
Fuck
back.
knows. Well, they're back, yeah, for sure.
It sounds like you're never gonna know.
That explains
I'm
why
gonna
they were
find out.
driving in an old-fashioned baby carriage. That explains.
Yeah, I might have fucked that part up. That looked like a normal stroller. But it did fuck with me, and I'm
Look at
still
that baby.
thinking, this is fucked up.
It's got the fucking accents of a fucking hearse on it. That same metal piece on the fucking sun
that's
cover
really
is on a
weird.
fucking back end of a hearse.
Look at those fucking springs on there. Jesus.
Adam's family.
That'd be a
That
hard
is
thing to
premier baby stroller
I'm telling you, a hearse has that same metal accent on it.
That's some hipster
That thing's-
fuckhead doing it.
built better than cars today.
Looks like it's in a good neighborhood too.
Yeah.
You see that fence in the background? I like that. That's a nice fucking fence.
You're such a weird dude.
Because the projects are on the other side of it. Look at that.
Well, see,
building.
they got the top, they curve inward, and they're spiked.
All right,
So it
here's
looks
what I wanna
cool,
know.
and it keeps the people the fuck
What is
out.
that thing next to the tree?
That's a radiator.
Exactly. Why is it there?
No, that's not a radiator. That's a underground utilities box.
That's a room radiator.
What?
That's an underground utilities box.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Really?
This asshole collects old shit. That's his.
That thing right there, I can take you to places in in
Boy,
Louisiana
can
where there's green ones.
This is an old neighborhood. That came out of one of the.
I'm
That's the
telling
original
you.
heating system for the house in this
I'm
neighborhood.
sitting here trying to tell you that is an underground utility box because they make them just
Jazz,
like that.
Zoom in on that.
One more question.
There's also a school
About this picture.
behind that fence. That's a fence for a school, y'all.
How do you know that?
On the left side, on the
Because you
right
can
is
see
the
the
project.
school bus and the giant
Right.
building next
So,
to it.
To the right
In between
of
the bush and the
screen
tree.
is the street. To the
Yep.
left of the screen is the house. Why does that house have 3 sidewalks that go from the street to the house?
That's probably
Those are small houses.
That's a car track.
Those are
It's probably
tiny
a,
houses.
No, that's
Shotgun houses, man.
a car track, dude. That's a driveway.
could be.
Why would you build that and not pave the part in the
Old,
middle?
old houses do
Old
that.
houses do that shit.
Because
So
they wanted to race their
Then
baby
what's the part
carriages.
that the baby carriage is on?
That's another
the
driveway.
There's no way. There's a bush there. That house ain't that.
You know what it is?
You're talking
It
about
could be a
that,
duplex.
That house is 10 feet wide.
It could be
Might
a
be a
duplex, or
duplex.
it might be
It is
a,
the
an
racing
apartment.
strip for your baby carriages.
That's an old house converted into apartments. This sidewalk probably goes to the
It's
side
fucking.
of the house. That
Take
one
his
goes to
picture off
front.
the screen. It is fucked up our
Zoom
whole
in
day.
on that fuck. Yeah,
It
we're
is
not done with
fucking
this. Zoom in on that
disrailed us like
radiator.
a
Garbage can is
motherfucker.
modern, so that's not.
Ah,
because
fuck
it's
that
modern.
one. Not the shirt. Fuck.
Anyway, so there's ghosts on your route now.
There's
who are
ghosts
now
on my
fucking
route
with
now.
you.
They're
I'm
back.
convinced. Yeah, they're back and they're weird as fuck, and they just walk away.
Of course they are. They're
It's
ghosts.
fucking very strange, and they just disappeared.
You know what else is back? The bees and wasps.
Yeah, the wasps are definitely
They're
fucking back.
coming back.
Twice this week, I was stung by a wasp.
Twice?
I killed
Jesus.
2.
I killed 6, but
I
I,
air
you know.
karate'd one away, and then as I pulled up to a light, and I looked to this truck next to me, and this old guy was fucking fighting one in his car, and he rolled down the window, and it went out, and you could see the relief leave from his
I wish
face.
5 would fucking come in.
10 more went in.
Yeah.
Well, no, when he looked, he
You
saw
take one
me,
of ours, we take 3 of you.
He saw me laughing at him, and I was like, I just put my hands out, like, what do you do? And he smiled at me, and this motherfucker had like 2 teeth that were pointing opposite directions.
Yeah. Well, they were covered with wasps. You couldn't see this fucking wasp that just flew out of his mouth. I'm so happy that thing been stinging my gums for 2 weeks.
Dude,
Yeah, they're back, man.
I've been stung by wasps so many times. I feel like at some point I'm just gonna become immune.
I put a fucking fogger, kind of like a fogger, that in my apartment.
I'll explain it in a minute.
Because the outgoing slot at the apartments is where they like to hang out. They like to build
Daddy's
nests in there and
money.
shit.
That's why that's up there.
That says Daddy's money on the back.
It
of
does.
Yeah, I found one of those stickers
So,
that would kill everybody's
Is it a-
heart, so I
is it
decided I had to put it
a
up there.
daughter or a girlfriend or
I don't know.
what?
This
Could be
was
a guy.
over in that little town. I was on my way there yesterday for like the 5th time and saw it and took a picture because I knew that this is one of those that would just kill
And it's a
everybody.
hashtag.
The license plate and the frame around the
That's a
license
woman.
plate are what throw me off. Well, of course
think
it's a woman.
Well, look, yeah, you can tell it's a woman. It's a red
guy
light.
would
Look where
never
the
put Daddy's money on
Hey,
his truck.
it's a red light. Look where the fucking truck is. Look where the line is. Of course it's a
That-
fucking woman driving
I
it.
did notice that
You're in the
one,
middle
too.
of the fucking intersection, dumb Daddy's money, bitch.
Also, fuck you,
God.
because I'm a woman too.
Only teasing. Only teasing. Don't
He's
take
only
that.
saying that because he's within smacking
I'm just
range.
saying, I've never seen a
Hashtag
person
Daddy's
with that
money.
That
license
sucks.
plate who is a woman under like 60.
Yeah, that's an old.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, generally that's an old woman.
That's a
Listen,
pet
mom have
license
that
plate,
license
dude.
plate?
No,
dog,
my
right?
mom's under 60 and she's got stuff like that.
Does she have
How
a Daddy's
close is
money
she to 60?
hashtag?
She's closer than you.
Well, technically true.
I hope so.
Have y'all seen that before?
Oh boy, what
Fucking
the fuck is
seats in the
Yeah.
back of the. I've
Is
never
that a-
seen that.
that? That's a truck.
That's a tailgating,
Tailgating
truck.
special.
You
Those
drive that
aren't.
to the drive-in there.
Yeah,
That's what
those aren't legal to ride in
I
while the
thought-
truck's moving.
In this state.
No, they did
you
away with that a
could-
few years
Really?
ago. Yeah.
they had no seatbelts.
That's I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no matter the modifications, if it's actually the bed of a truck, it's illegal to ride back there. You get a seatbelt violation.
What
It's
if
not
the
crazy.
seat itself is bolted to like the frame of the truck?
Uh,
through the
there's
bed.
there's nothing on that. If it's an outside compartment, not considered a passenger compartment of a vehicle, you're
Yeah,
not
but
allowed
was
to
I
ride
guess
on.
if it wasn't manufactured that way, you can't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a fucking dune buggy, I mean, it would be fine because.
Well, if it's one of
You'd
those
have
old
to have a
state
carriage,
no
wagons with
inside compartment.
those dangerous fucking station wagons from the early '80s that had the fucking rear facing,
Yeah.
like you seat 12 people in the fucking thing, and you sit like looking, and that way you can see the oncoming traffic ramming you in the ass. You can see as you can see what's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Facing backwards in a fucking station wagon.
Do y'all have any
Station
boxes
wagons or something, I do not
where the
miss at
people
all.
have put fucking screws through the lid that are facing outward?
Oh, I got a scar on my arm from
yeah,
one.
I fucking bled 3 times this week from closing that damn thing.
You know why it's on there?
Explain it to me.
There's a
Say it
rural
again.
mailbox.
Yeah.
A metal rural
Metal
box,
one.
and sometimes the old ones got like the decoration on the top with the old dude's name.
Yeah.
Well, they'll rust and fall off, and then some asshole wants to put it back on. So
With
they drive a
sheet metal
fucking
screw.
sheet metal screw through, but it's this long.
So you're talking about it sticks into the
Oh, no,
inside of the
I
box?
wasn't talking about that.
Oh, that's not.
I've had those.
Okay, yeah, that's why I got
These are
mine.
the fucking lid, and there's just screws poking out.
Oh yeah, I hate that too.
Outside
Why?
of it. So
Keep the lid on
well,
so
you
they
don't
don't buy a
even
new box.
think about it. You just slam it shut, and my fucking hand hits all those screws at the exact same time.
I would immediately write that box up as unsafe and stop mail delivery. Immediately.
I don't believe that.
And
for
there's
a second.
several that do that.
I wrote a dude
You
saw.
don't- I've never
Hang on.
even heard of you writing a
I've
box up
Hang
as
on.
an incorrect box
I have-
ever.
I
Have you
have-
heard of him doing it? I'm
He
talking
told me
about him.
it, yeah.
Oh, I did it. I did it to Pallet Guy 3 times now.
I think he was told the
Really?
story. It seems like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there was a dude on my route who saw one of those like normal mailboxes that had those pieces of wood on it that go all the way around,
Ugh.
and he thought that looked cool.
Rotted wood.
So he decided to do it with like leftover pallet material and sheet metal screws. So around the inside of the box was like the yawning fucking maw of a sarlacc.
Fuck that box.
The fucking Iron Maiden mailbox.
And I didn't see it, and I stuck my hand in there to pick up outgoing mail.
Yeah.
Because the way like the truck and the box were setting is like you couldn't really see it, and I saw something flash right as my hand went across 4 sheet metal screws.
Like the fucking Saw movie.
It like
Hand it, you
fucking
can't get it
like
out.
I was like, God damn, there's a badger in the box.
It's like a Chinese finger trap.
Yeah,
I sat there and bled the fuck all over his stuff.
Yeah.
I bled all over the front of the box. His new wood was covered in blood. I'm like, who the fuck does this? And then I opened it up and looked and got down and looked. There was like 5 in each piece of wood all the way back.
Yeah, that's a fucking...
He was trying
It's
to catch
definitely
you.
not a place you want to put your dick in.
It's okay.
He did till the next day.
Or Dick Peters. You don't want to put those in there either.
No. Trust me, I'm sitting there fucking pouring blood.
Yeah. Because it don't just cut you, it kind of rips the
Yeah.
skin, which is
You
nice.
see that little scar right there on that knuckle?
Yes.
That's where that come from.
Fucking...
Right there. Look, it's...
Okay, but the light is
Yeah, the
behind
light
you.
is
You
on.
can't
That's a
really
good
see.
I like how
Look,
it got...
it's right here under my finger behind this bright light.
I like how they put a fucking 3-inch screw in when you could have just used a 1-inch, and it
No,
wouldn't,
no,
you
these,
wouldn't even.
these
it would
were
just
like
sunk in
4
and
inch,
done.
dude.
Yeah, deck screws. Yeah, let's
Like
use
the,
those.
the
Screws
usable,
are almost touching each other inside the
the
box.
usable part of the box was like this big,
God
and then you
damn.
gotta like.
Yeah, fuck all
No,
that.
God.
I'm not playing Operation with that motherfucker every day.
You know, hook a battery up to that, maybe.
So what?
You
So
catch
here's how he
somebody.
fixed it. He cut. What? What are you pointing at?
Casey.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, that's true. He said everything's a glory hole if you're brave enough.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
So here's how he fixed it. He took, I guess, like a pair of Kleins, and he cut off the first row of screws. So they're still back there, but
Really?
eh,
He cut the fucking screws off.
I don't put my hand way back in there. If he's got a piece of mail in the back of that box, it fucking stays back there. That's
Fuck,
in no
y'all see-
man's
I
land.
wonder what his hands look like dealing with that fucking thing. He probably cut his hand off.
I don't know, but I hit the back of the box with everything I put in there.
Scissor hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe he'll go somewhere and have some scissors put on. Fucking dick. Pallet guy. What a fucking asshole.
No, this wasn't the pallet guy.
It was just the guy who used
Oh,
pallets from
used
the
pallets
pallet
from
guy.
the pallet guy.
I wish it had been the pallet guy because he's got that camera up there for me. I would have just held my hand up.
Bleeding,
this is
scars. See that?
You did this on purpose. This was a booby trap.
Just make sure he
They were
sees
trying
him.
to catch you.
And then my attorney will subpoena your video records.
Just walk up to the camera and be like, "Don't delete this footage."
There's a really weird thing going on with a guy on my route, and I'm cracking the shit crust on his case. I don't really want to
Uh-oh.
get into it, but there's something weird going on.
Does
Is
he
he a
have
ghost?
Yeah, he's got a
He's not a
ancient
ghost.
baby carriage.
No, he's a little bit older than I am. He's got a nice truck, real quiet, and say a lot. I want to talk to him probably twice.
Yeah.
And he said he came out and said something funny. You know, I was like, yeah. He's going gray. Got a full head of hair, but it's gray.
Yeah.
He's the thing about him. He's got this big flavor saver right here down the middle. Right?
Okay.
And
Nothing wrong with that in and of itself,
Nothing
but
wrong.
it definitely raises some douche concerns.
it does raise a little concern. And I don't see him a lot anyway. But I saw him this one day, and then I go to do my drive, and I stopped at the gas station on my route, the bad one.
Yeah.
So I go in there and I get gas. I use the restroom. And I'm going, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy some corn nuts in this motherfucker while I'm in
Of
here.
course, why not?
They're only $1.29. That's
They
the cheapest
sell
I've
'em.
ever seen them. So I go in there and I get a couple bags of corn nuts. Well, the guy's in there. He's been pumping gas. So he goes into the gas station.
That'll last him till he gets off work. That's not his daily intake.
No, fuck.
That's just a
That's-
holdover.
Yeah,
Until he gets back to his main supply at home.
I
This
got a
is
hole
a-
in my tooth. That hurts me.
This is a noon, and lunch is at 2. So I'm eating this in between. I'm eating these 2 bags before I finish my drive. So I go up, just looking at some other shit, and I hear this guy talking. I look over, and I think, oh, that's the guy that I had just seen 20 minutes ago. That's that dude. He lives in that neighborhood, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the cashier. And she's young, I guess, and she wears a lot of makeup. And I could see how somebody his age might be tricked into thinking, oh, she's probably good looking. She's not really good looking. Her mom works there. She works there.
Maybe she's got a good attitude.
Maybe she
she's a
does,
good
but
person.
there's
Maybe
more to
she's
the
pretty
story.
on the inside.
I don't
Maybe
know.
she's got daddy's money.
She might have daddy
Maybe.
issues. I don't know about daddy's money because she's working at the fucking
sometimes
gas
those are nice,
station,
too.
so.
Yeah, daddy's
Could be.
issues is fun for a weekend. I wouldn't
Yeah.
move in with a daddy's
You want to
issues.
change your You get tired of changing your phone number eventually.
Yeah.
So she got this weird look on her face. And the guy's kind of back, and he's walking out of the store, and he keeps talking to her. And I realized I put my shit up on the counter. I turn around, and he's asking her. He's talking about something. And when I started paying attention, here's what I heard. She had this look. She was kind of like she was looking over her glasses at him, but she wasn't wearing glasses. She was kind of looking at him like this. And I turned around and looked, and he goes, "Just let me know, what size shoe do you wear? What size shoe do you wear?"
Just let me know.
And, I mean, I'd considered, there's a bunch of this conversation I ain't heard, right? Because I heard him talking to her earlier. I just didn't pay attention. There's more to the conversation, of course.
I accidentally had some shoes delivered to me.
Could be.
Would these fit you?
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Maybe he's like, maybe he's saying, "Hey, I got a pair."
A buddy of
these
mine
brand
stole
new
a whole
shoes.
truck of
Yeah, people
Skechers.
sell shit all the
Just
time.
tell me what size you need, and I'll get them off the truck for you.
Well, what fucking got my ears perked up is her answer, and she said,
14
"I
and a
don't
half.
know. I don't know."
That's a little
She's
odd.
trying to
that
get
you
out of
don't.
the question. That's all it is.
It's a little odd that you can even think of saying I don't know. Because if you asked me what my shoe size was, I would say 11 and a half. That's creepy. Wait a minute. Why'd you ask me that?
Hey, well, sometimes you don't know what type size shoe you wear depending on what they're offering.
Right, I guess.
Well,
she said she didn't know.
Not for guys.
I was going to say,
Guys'
you're a
shoes,
guy.
yeah.
For girls, if they have, like, the difference between the boots, the heels, the sneakers and shit, and the flats, they're all different fucking sizes.
Yeah, but she didn't come back
Yeah,
with
but she's got a
flat,
basic
no
number.
flat
Like,
heel.
well, if it's this, then it's this. And if it depends on what kind of shoe it is. I mean, just like...
And brand.
You would just throw in a middle. No, you would just throw in the number. Well, usually it's a fucking 9 or 10. You know what I mean? You would usually just say whatever size.
No, that's just
she
a
said
girl's
she
way
didn't
of
know.
not wanting to tell you.
Yeah,
I don't know. It depends on what it is. It just, I don't know.
Well, I determined after, and I turned around again, and the guy was walking out of the gas station, going
With
back
his
to his
hand
truck.
down his pants.
So you asked her,
I determined,
I can't wait to
by
buy
her
you some
answer,
shoes.
something weird had gone on before, like
you
that I
ask?
didn't hear. And I said, "You don't know what size shoe you wear?" And she goes, "Oh, I know what size fucking shoe I wear. I'm just not telling that motherfucker." And I said, "What happened just then?"
What happened?
I feel like
He
I'm out of
has
the
a
loop.
foot fetish and he wants to jack off to her later.
That's
I
probably
think
something.
that's probably something to do with
Yeah.
it. She said he's been in here a bunch lately, and he's caught her like she stocks stuff. She works the register. She does a little bit of everything. And they sell chicken in there. She works behind the counter. She fries chicken. She does all this
Yeah.
shit. And she said the last couple times I've seen him, I've been on the other side of this register, and he's always looking at my shoes all the time. And he's like tried to bring this up, and evidently he was saying he had like some shoes, like brand new shoes. He was going to give her. He just wanted to know what size or whatever.
Yeah, he wants to buy her shoes that he'll like.
Probably, yeah. Some kind of weird thing. And I was like, "So this has happened before?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's pretty fucked up." And I couldn't really get any more information out of her. So I've got to figure out now
How to buy your shoes?
what size shoe she's got. I basically now have to figure out what size shoe she wears so I can tell this guy so I can keep this bit going. Because I got to figure out why he was asking. She wasn't really coming off the story. Her face turned red.
She'll
she was
know,
embarrassed.
though, Brian. Like, if you find out and then a
And
week
then-
later he shows
I
up
know,
with a pair
maybe.
of shoes.
2 days later, he shows up with a
Oh,
pair
it will
of
be
like
that day. It will be the day I
What
tell
you do
him.
is you just
9-inch
leave a
heels with
box
red
of
sparkles.
shoes with her name on the register and walk out, so she thinks it's him who did it, but it's really you.
Her
Right.
first job was in a shoe store, and she's got
Yeah.
some fucked
Oh,
up
God.
stories about perverts.
I just wanted to I want to say, what is
It's
this
bad.
guy trying to buy you some clear heels? What the fuck is going on?
That happens sometimes.
I mean, stripper shoes, whatever, but that's a weird
Does
thing.
he get a lot of like magazines?
No, he gets hardly nothing.
Like no.
He's got a regular house. Yeah, he's got a regular house. He drives a regular truck. He's just an average-looking guy with a flavor saver.
With daddy's money on the back of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new truck. I mean,
Sorry,
he's not a
hashtag daddy's money.
Right.
The hashtag's
right.
very important.
But he's not some kind of fucking. I didn't think he was some kind of maniac. I've never even
Deviant?
seen. Yeah, I've never even seen the guy. But that happened on a Saturday, and he seemed like he was. I talked to him that day, and he seemed like he was like manic acting, like he might have
he
been
was
high
already
or
turned
something.
down
that
by all the
bitch wouldn't tell him what
Yeah.
size shoe she wore.
Well, that was before.
How's he gonna buy her the right shoes
But
if
then
he
he
doesn't
went
know
up
what
there.
size?
He's
And I
flipping
was-
out about it.
I was pumping gas and went into the store, and I
She's
saw that
fucking up
interaction.
his whole
It's weird.
jack-off program.
She might be.
His
Well, the
schedule's
shoe-
all out of whack.
Everyone at the shoe store already turned him down. They
Oh,
told him
probably.
that
Possible,
there
yeah.
was legal
You should-
issues with it. They couldn't do what he wanted.
That may be why they closed up most.
You should
of
have
the
tapped him on the shoulder and told him what size shoe you were.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey,
I'm
buddy.
10.5 if you're asking. What kind of shoes you got?
I need some Dog Martens, man. Let's go shoe shopping, buddy.
That's all you got in there's heels, and I can't wear those. That
Uh,
chicken side says
Co-
she's looking for a pair of them.
She looks like an 8 if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hawkeye's telling Colonel Brian that next time she's stalking Walk Up, put your foot next to hers and try to figure it out that way.
I'm not going to do that.
I tell you what, let's lay in the floor and put the soles of our feet together.
Yeah, let's figure this out. I'll go in there with one of those big metal shoe sizers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you
I'll work
take
for
your-
Zappos. Let me see your feet.
Take your shoe
you,
off and put your heel all the way back. And
No,
just,
no.
Just let me look at this for a second.
No. You got
Ancient fucking thing.
You got to take your sock off too. It need an accurate measurement.
Hello, my name's Dr. Scholl. I'm here to fucking determine what the best shoe is because you're on your feet all day.
Maybe
You got to put some sunglasses on so you pretend that you're in disguise, though.
Right.
Maybe we've got it all wrong, and the guy's like a podiatrist, and
Could
she
be.
had just nonchalantly said something about her feet hurting because
Could be.
she's on them all day, and he wants to like actually
Buy
help
her
her out.
some
What's a hell of
easy
a-
spirits.
It's a hell of a backstory there, please.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it's
saying.
very
He
complicated.
has a crush on her, but it has nothing to do with her feet.
Yeah, it could be. I'm just trying to do something nice.
He's like, I just want to fuck you. I don't care if you have feet or no. I mean, I would prefer they're there, but
Yeah, I mean, you don't want stumps. Obviously, you have them. You're standing upright. I mean,
it's not
something's
the
going
main
on.
actor or anything. I'm just trying
Right.
to
The
do
main
something
act.
nice.
I just thought if I bought you some shoes, you would realize how much I liked you.
It's not that.
I think you broke Colonel Brian there. He can't think straight anymore.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, but I got to get to the bottom of this, and I'm going back in there tomorrow, and I'm going to say, what's the deal with the guy in the shoes? What? You just got to tell me. I just got to know
He's
now.
gonna get kicked out of this place.
I'm going to say, look, you were on a podcast yesterday, and we had lots of questions, so now I'm back, and I got my fucking notepad. Let's go with the story.
Why don't you approach the mom?
No, she's fucking trash. Ugh, she's white trash. That's the problem. If you see the mom, you can see, like, you can see the resemblance, and you can see exactly where this daughter's going to turn into.
You know where she's going to be in 20 years.
Exactly where.
Well,
Her phone number? No, I don't have it, Fred.
If
No,
this
I
guy's
don't.
got a nice house and a nice truck, I mean, she might want to put up just for some foot shit for the ride along. I mean,
That's possible. I mean, a lot of people don't think about that. You know, put up,
I mean, you know,
a little small price to pay.
it's a little weird, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Could be his main act. Fuck, that might be all you have to do.
Maybe
You might not
Might
have
not
to fuck him. Just throw him some shoes every fucking couple of days. Who gives a shit?
You don't have to throw him the
Just-
shoes. He's throwing the shoes to her. All
Possible.
she's got to do is wear them.
Take a fucking Walmart bag over there with fucking socks.
Ugh. God.
All right, here's my socks from this week.
Jesus.
Wash them, bring them back to me.
No, you keep them. Just leave them.
Well, that's how you feel. You don't know what he's
into.
into.
It's fucking weird as fuck. I don't know. It seemed weird, and I hope we can get a resolution. At least the other piece of the story, because she said he's been in here like the last 3 or 4 times he's been in here.
What's a gas station?
I think.
Hold on, did she say he's been asking about her feet every time?
He's been doing this thing with the shoes. Yeah.
For a little bit now.
For a couple times now,
so
and we're
it's
trying to get to
definitely
the bottom of that.
Weird.
This seems weird.
I feel like if she comes in there with some open-toed shoes, he's gonna lick her feet. I
don't
guarantee
think that
he's
she
just
would
gonna
show up to work
ambush
like it, though.
Just a weird.
No, the first step is he's just going to
Fucking
walk
Lonely
around with his
Island
phone
boys jizzing
pointed
my
towards the
pants
ground
off
so he can
tomorrow.
take all the pictures he wants.
Well,
the
like
licking
that,
comes later.
Like there was a dude like 10, 15 years ago here in town that was doing this serially. Like he would go to like restaurants,
Yeah,
like
weird
super
as
nice
fuck, yeah.
restaurants, and like crawl on
Crawl on the table.
and like lick people's feet and then run out.
Get away. Get away.
Dude, it was a thing. They were calling him like the Foot Bandit. It was like
You know, I'm wearing
it was like on the news like every other day for like 6 months in this town.
How could they
Till
not
finally
catch this
caught him.
fucking
When
asshole?
they finally got him, they charged him with like sex crimes. He went to jail for like 5 years.
I'm wearing flip-flops right now, and I feel like that was a huge mistake with this conversation.
No, none of us are criminals. Well, let me
Hold on, y'all. I'll be
rephrase
right
that.
back. I dropped something under the table.
Yeah, Bruce, your flashlight on there. See
We're
what's
not
going on.
that kind of criminal.
Right, that's not that kind of sex crime bullshit.
Jason ate out every day that week trying to find him.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this fucking guy, and I'm going to wear my goddamn sandals.
Wearing
And,
Birkenstocks with my feet on the table.
I heard he's been in
Fuck.
the area.
Yeah, that's weird. Seems weird. We got some calls to play.
You think that's weird?
That seems weird. It's just a
You're
little
not
strange.
sure. You feel like maybe it's weird.
I'm trying to hold out some kind of possibility this guy's not a psycho. I just hope he might work for a shoe distributor. I'm just trying to
I'm
think of the
telling you,
best possible
it
thing.
might be a buddy of his boosted a whole semi full of shoes, and
Could
he's just
be.
trying to get her some decent Skechers or Converse.
Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. I don't look
Can't
at
you
people's
ask him?
shoes. Like, what good does that do? I don't know. But like, maybe she had shoes that were fucking falling apart. Possible.
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 can't you
Maybe
ask
he's just
him?
saying, "Hey, you get these raggedy, stinking motherfuckers on." Maybe
The next time you see him, what the fuck's up with the shoes, man? Come
What's
on,
the
I
deal
gotta
with the
know.
shoes? I'm not asking him though. I
wouldn't.
gotta ask her first.
I wouldn't. He'd get weird.
Yeah, I
It's
get too
already
weird
weird.
asking him. Well, like, as soon as I started walking up to the counter, he was like, whoop, gotta go, and he was backing up, and then he made it sound like it was a normal conversation. I was like, oh, okay. But I just wish I'd have been paying attention earlier.
I wish you would have.
I usually don't give a fuck about people's comments. As long as he's not buying a lottery, just get
You're
out of my
giving
fucking
stories
way.
with no resolution today. We got fucking ghost on your
That's right.
route. We got fucking possible full foot fetishes at
Just
the gas
anecdotes.
station.
Anecdotes, that's
Fucking
all I
teasing
got.
us nonstop, man.
Yep.
Like, you need to come up with some conclusions for this shit.
Guy's probably a foot fucker, basically.
More than likely.
More than likely it is. No, listen to these calls.
It's a genre.
He's probably the guy
Hey
that...
guys, I had a question.
Oh.
All right. See you later.
Let's say a coworker were to let an attractive woman cross the street just so he could check out her ass. Does that make him a pervert or just a regular red-blooded American? I'm seriously asking for a coworker. All right, have a great show.
I feel like...
After the conversation we just had, that question comes
He's
up.
a red-blooded American.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
standard.
normal creepiness. It's not creepy unless you get
That's
caught.
not really creepy.
Unless it's obvious that's what you're doing, then it gets creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
mean,
try
stop and tie your shoe. Do something. To
Try
make
not to
it a
act
little
like
less-
you're gonna look at her ass. That's just, if you're that curious, go ahead and get yourself a look. I mean, and look never hurt anybody. Just don't be whistling and yelling and doing all that.
So basically, it's creepy, but it's acceptable level of creepiness.
I think it's male behavior. That's what I think.
It's creepy unless it gets... if
it's
it
not
doesn't
necessarily
get noticed.
creepy.
If you're able to do it in a manner which doesn't make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Wait, is this why you're always trying to hold the door for everybody?
It made me feel uncomfortable.
Why did it make you feel?
I feel uncomfortable, and I don't even know.
Well, the dude is
Nobody's looking at
It's not
your
like he
ass.
shoved the girl
Nobody's-
out.
I'm talking about like just knowing that he did that. I'm a little uncomfortable.
The dude is like, he's in his reptilian brain. He's looking for a mate.
Yeah.
And he wants to see what kind of ass she has
Yeah,
and
there's
what kind of
nothing wrong
hips
with
she's
that.
got in case she can bear children and shit. And that's just a natural. I'm going to look. Well, maybe I need some time to get a good look. I don't know. Fuck. Is that really that big of an issue?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
It's
Let's
according
get
to
a look
you.
at somebody's ass.
Masturbate
I mean,
to her later.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
absolutely.
don't
That's the
do it
important
right there.
question.
If you
Yeah.
did, that's mental rape, and that's not okay.
What if she was okay with it?
She didn't say it was okay.
She didn't get
She didn't
consent.
give
yeah, she didn't
consent.
In his brain, she did.
That's
But a lot's
mental-
going on in his
mental
brain.
rape.
What if he found her in real life afterwards and apologized?
What if she wore a size shoe that was like pleasing to him?
Well, that's obviously different.
That's
not weird at all.
That's
What if
just
as
normal behavior.
she was walking past, he was checking out her feet instead of her ass?
That'd be weird.
That's okay.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, feet aren't sexual.
I don't think
They
so.
absolutely are.
Well, you can make them sexual.
This guy
Did
did.
you not just hear Brian's
Yeah.
story?
You could you could also
Hold on, is
That guy
Brian's
made him-
story
that guy
okay?
made
Is
it
that
weird.
guy and his story okay?
No, but you could also make pudding
where's the
sexual, but
line?
I'm
Because
still
he's
gonna eat
looking.
pudding.
Because he's looking and he's not saying anything. He's
so
not
you
communicating
can
any weirdness.
masturbate over a woman's feet as long as she doesn't know about it.
Probably.
No, that's
But-
still that's
No,
that's
not
still
when she's
mental
in the-
sexual assault.
Not while she's in the room. No. But she's walking past
So
and
you can
see
check
it,
out
you
her
know,
feet. You just can't jack off to it later.
Yes.
You can or you can't. What's the
Can't.
rule? You
Now we
can't.
know
You
where
can check them out.
Jason's line
So you can
is.
check out a woman.
Sure.
Like you check her out. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good. And you don't go home and beat off.
No. You,
I mean,
no. You
seems
find,
drastic.
No. You spend 6 hours looking for a
What's the
porn
point?
star that looks
Like, what's
just
the
like
point?
her, and then you jack off to that.
If you go, that is weird. That's
See,
a weird line. We
that
found
to
it.
me is
Thank you.
even weirder.
Yes.
Like that's
No.
bizarre.
If I
That
drive-
woman was in that movie because she consented to you jacking off to her. The
That's
random
right.
woman on the street did not
No,
give
she
your
didn't. That
consent
woman
to
was
jack
in that
off.
movie because she was getting fucking paid to be there. She didn't
And
give a shit what
consent-
anybody
and con-
does with anything.
And she got paid a lot for doing it because she knew everybody knows people are going to jack off to her.
Okay, but he let this woman cross the street, so that's like a thing that
He's
she
trying
got
to be nice,
do.
too,
That's
also.
Exactly.
fine. That's fine.
As
Well,
long as
I'm
you got
sorry,
an
his-
excuse.
his friend.
If you've got an excuse,
Let's get it straight.
I think like that. If you got an excuse, like, oh, hey, I'll let you go ahead. I'm sorry, and let her walk, and then you check her ass out. Everybody wins. Nobody gets hurt. You know what I mean?
I
You
feel
just
like
take a
I feel
nice
like it's
look.
going to damage her psyche.
As long as you're
Hey,
not yelling.
If she's
Plus, she
attractive,
probably
she's
knew.
probably
Yeah.
probably
Probably
knows
knew
that
he was
did
doing
that.
it.
Yeah.
She probably has some super tight fucking pants on.
She's probably doing it
That's
on
possible,
purpose.
too. Yes, that's
If
also
she didn't
very
want to
possible.
be, if she didn't want to be mentally raped, she wouldn't have been dressed like that.
Well, no, I'm just saying, don't forget the other half of the equation. That sometimes women wear white, like tight clothing because they want people to look. They might be searching for a mate themselves. They have their own ritual as well.
So you're saying
To
she was
attract a
asking
man.
for it?
No.
What he's saying is we don't have enough information
We don't have enough.
about
Yeah, we
this
don't know.
situation
call
to
back
make
about
a
your friend.
Yeah,
determinant.
call back about your friend next
Determination.
week and let us know what happened. We're interested in hearing your story or that story.
He's doing
your
five-
friend's,
he's
your
doing-
buddy's story, whatever.
He's doing 5 to 10 for sexual assault.
Could be.
He wasn't calling from prison.
I
That was
don't
a good.
think so. It wasn't a collect call. This is a good
Thing in the mail about your car's extended warranty. Since we have not gotten a response, we are giving you a final courtesy call before we close out your file.
That's nice.
Press
We've
2
had
to be
this
removed
call.
and put on our do not call list.
Where's the 2?
Press 1 to speak with someone about
Let's call
possibly
somebody.
extending or reinstating your car's
We've
warranty.
had this call numerous times, and they always say it's the final call. Never been the final
We got
call.
this call 4 times. I only played it once, but it's the same script.
Phew.
The final call.
Garbage scammers.
I think I'm up to 36 block numbers with that.
Yeah, I don't even bother with it anymore.
Yeah, they changed their numbers so much you won't be able to catch them all.
Still fun for me.
Last one.
They can only do it a
Shopping at
million
the store
times.
with the boy.
10 million.
It's funny you guys talking about the recognizing your customers in the store. I actually have the opposite. I go to the store sometimes after work. It's close to my house, so I'll just stop and get whatever's for dinner on the way home. Well, I've had people recognize me because I'm in uniform.
Were they ghost
same thing they saw me in earlier in the day or on the weekends or whatever. But I don't recognize them. It takes me a second to place where I know them from. Because usually I see them in front of their house or getting out of the car or whatever. I instantly know who they are. But if I see them mixed into regular society, it takes me a second to place to face, Or I'll be walking somewhere not in uniform. I'm like, damn, that person looks familiar. Where do I know them from? And then it turns out to be one of my customers. So it's like the opposite problem. I don't ever try to interact with people in public. That's not something I want to get into.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, he does. To be fair, caller, you do bid around quite a bit, so it's hard for you to.
Yeah, every time
every time he calls, I got a new job, the news station.
Yeah, it seems like every other time he calls, it's like, so I started this new station.
Yeah, but it is weird. I guess that probably has happened to me a couple times. But yeah, for the most part, I've always remembered.
For me, I would much more readily recognize one of their cars. Is that weird?
Yeah.
If I'm in the neighborhood and I see a certain car go by, I'm like, I can give you the first, middle, and last name of the driver of that car. But if they walk by down the street, I'd be like,
and he's behind a power bill.
I think the reason
you live on this street.
The reason you can do that is because your customers have jobs and they're not just
they have cars
and cars, and they're not just like wandering around in the front yard looking down in the yard for no apparent reason.
That's what mine are doing.
Vacuuming
their sidewalks.
Vacuuming their sidewalks and yards, scratching their fucking arms, itching.
I'm pretty sure you got caught vacuuming your fucking yard or
That's true.
Well, it looked like I was doing it. I was vacuuming the old studio. I was taking it out, and I did the room, and I was coming back in, and the dude was like, "What the fuck?"
And
I was
Brian
like, in the
was like,
driveway
"Well,
with
since
the
I got
vacuum.
it out, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the yard."
Yeah, I got caught.
They got cordless ones now. You can do it.
Cordless. I don't know. That battery's gonna go bad.
No, 80 hour. Lithium battery.
Why don't you bring your
Who
so I
uses
have
a vacuum for 80 hours in a row?
Before in between charges. So why don't you bring your vacuum here next week and do this floor?
Yeah, we'll
try that.
Because you're a large part of the reason why this floor is messy.
It won't even take 80 hours.
Yeah, it won't take 80 hours.
Okay,
If it
I
does.
fucking eat underneath your
you're not
crumb infestation over there.
Okay, I don't eat here. How many times have you ever seen me eat here, buddy?
Never. I don't think I've ever seen him eat
I ate cheese crackers once
in the studio.
I eat in here all the time.
I buy green room supplies for you guys. I never partake in those.
The only thing I do is I leave a bottle of water lying around every now and then.
Every show, son.
No, I don't.
Jazz.
A little messy.
It is about 85% of the time, Fred.
85% of the time. It's not 100% of the time.
Well, yeah, but you got to think that.
Gotcha.
Hey, got us on that one. Goddammit.
That is true, but the other percent of the time he's at the lake or with baseball.
Oh, that's true. That's because the other 15% of the time you're not here.
And look, he got concerned about it. He started picking up his
Didn't leave anything else here.
He's like, I didn't know motherfuckers were keeping tabs. I better pick us up.
Brian's like, I got an extra trash bag.
And then he's going to throw it over there under Fred's chair when he
God
comes
damn
up.
it, Jason. I was getting ready to fucking do that. Fuck. This
Now you're being framed.
Sees it over here. I was going to fucking do that. Son of a
shit.
bitch. He got me.
Mostly leaves.
Leaves.
And now a Cheez-It.
How do you explain that? Why is leaves okay? Why are you bringing leaves into the studio?
Bringing leaves in is kind of
Plucky
fun.
Mountain leaves.
Dude, I bought a fucking stiff-ass
walk in
fucking
here?
doormat
To
for
wipe
the
your feet,
sole
yeah.
purpose of wiping your feet. I'm the only person I've ever seen do it.
I do it.
I'm
I
not saying
do it
you.
all the time.
Yeah, but you never are on time. Fuck, I don't know what
never
you're doing
see
outside
me.
before you come in.
I completely decontaminate myself before I walk into the studio.
And when you walk out, You don't want to take these leaves and shit and put them in your car. All the leaves in here.
It's dirtier in here than it is outside.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so bring your vacuum next week.
Wait, does this mean I don't have to vacuum anymore?
No, you still got to do it because we both know he ain't going to do it.
He might.
Fine.
He actually might bring the vacuum. You underestimate him.
Did you ever find your saw?
No.
You
What the
have
fuck
lost
could have
that
happened to
fucking
that
saw.
saw?
I don't know where it's at.
It might be in the ceiling. Wouldn't that be weird if we closed it up and set it? I'll just sit it up here for a
Hey,
second.
but he was so
I
fucking
think we did it.
drunk, he could have done anything in the world with it. He
It
probably
might be on
threw
the
it
side
over
of
the
your cliff
hill.
over there.
Could have.
No, because I feel like he took it because we needed it after
yeah,
he
we
was
did.
gone.
Yes,
And we were like,
absolutely.
where's that saw? He fucking left.
He did. He
say
took
he
it. with
took
him.
it.
He did because I
Yeah.
asked him on Slack. Remember, we needed
He's
it.
like,
after-
yeah,
Yeah.
I took it.
I have no
and
idea
we
where
all
it's
gave
at.
him
Fuck.
shit for it.
Yeah.
Like, you
It's
know we
probably
need
up
it.
in
Why
my
did you
garage
take
somewhere.
it?
You need to find your saw.
I do.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna need it.
It's such a small, tiny saw.
It's
I-
saw
Probably in your
table.
car.
It's not.
Could be.
I need to clean my car.
That's
out.
like the smallest
Well,
circular
hey,
saw I've
That's
ever
what I'm
seen.
saying.
It could be under a
It
seat.
could be in there and he wouldn't even know.
It's very efficient.
Thank you.
It is. It's very efficient.
That's a good way to
You could've called it
describe
dainty.
a
I'll
small,
take efficient.
underpowered saw.
Well, for our purposes, it worked out
worked.
okay. It worked out fine.
Now, we do need to get the
I was
hatch
allowed
put
to use
in.
it.
We do.
I'm going to talk to Russ about it now. He's got a different job and works from
Just
home.
use Russ's
That's
wife's
nice.
saw.
I don't think
Russ's
she
wife
doesn't
is-
loan it out.
Yeah, she's not one to lend. She don't lend to.
Whose truck are we going to use to bring it here?
No shit. She's got a table saw and a fucking Makita power. I mean, we ain't got enough juice
Bandsaw?
in this place to fucking run. Yeah.
You said saw. What kind of saw? You know how many
Right.
saws there are?
She's got a dozen different saws. Probably
Saw.
more.
You know, you don't deserve to borrow a saw because you don't know what you're talking about.
She's got more chainsaws than you have saws, period.
Would I be responsible if I loaned a fucking guy a saw that didn't even know what kind of saw he needed? Would that be good?
See, that's why you approach it my way, and you just say, Amber, I need you to teach me
cut
and
wood.
Yeah, but
show me how to
if
do
it's
all
not the
this.
right type of saw for the job, then he's going to fuck up your saw because you gave
Right,
him the wrong
yeah, he's
saw.
gonna-
That's why you approach it my way.
Yeah,
you want to
you're gonna
learn
get-
and be
you're gonna
taught.
get blood all
and
over the
then
blades
all of a
and shit.
sudden,
You know what's
it's
funny,
okay
though?
because they think they're explaining
but
and teaching it to you.
Jazz, if you're a man borrowing a saw from a woman, you don't want to give any more information than
No.
is necessary.
Absolutely not. But if you don't give enough information, you're going to end up with a fucking sawzall, and you can't cut shit with them motherfuckers.
Well, that's why I'm not.
Well, you
not
didn't be
true.
specific, asshole. Here's your fucking jigsaw.
That's not
cut
true.
away.
You can cut something with a sawzall. It's about
What's your
that big
miter
around.
saw?
Nails.
Used to cut them to cut EMT and rigid pipe all the time. The only thing I ever was able to use a sawzall for.
Let's use a little pipe cutter, man. A little thing with a blade, twist it down.
Oh,
Cut it right up.
the rigid's too tough for that.
Nah.
You would be twisting that motherfucker for 16 hours.
Yeah, I guess. It's too thick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't think about that.
I like all the sound effects that came with Brian's description of the saw, though.
Mm-hmm.
know what
Is that a wrong answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
Before we close up, back to the foot, dude. I think I've solved a mystery because it was on a different show. I think it was on Ignorance of the Law. It was on the Not Safe for Work episode where we discussed that there is a foot out there, like a
God.
plastic foot, that in the sole of the foot
go
has
on.
a vagina,
This is
so that you could fuck the foot up into the hill.
What?
It was like a fleshlight. It's like a fleshlight, and it's like a foot.
Well, okay, hold on. Where
What
is
the
this?
fuck?
What is the? I missed the
Yeah,
pertinent
wait a minute. Jess is
detail
already
here.
on it. She's looking it up.
It's a sex toy.
Go to favorites.
So,
Oh,
it-
so you like you saw it online?
But those things don't
Yeah.
need to be.
Yeah,
those
yeah.
don't exist, though.
I
No,
thought
they're
it was like
real.
they were
No, they're
walking
real.
along
That
and you
item
found it.
exists.
she found like 18 different varieties of these. Like everybody sells them apparently, and I'm like, who the fuck's buying this? This
know,
guy's
what the fuck-
buying that.
He's gonna
But
have
it's
to.
so it's like a dismembered foot, like right above the ankle.
Yeah, that's a big turn.
and then there's a vagina in the sole of the foot.
Yeah, because
See,
that's where that
remember,
belongs.
I had an issue finding the one with the sole.
Oh, maybe yeah.
Mine was always
fucking
like
an ankle? What
that
is it?
in the ankle.
Oh my God, that's
Like, it
fucking
was-
ridiculous.
It's disturbing.
So we figured out
Ugh.
the.
There's nothing
Yeah.
appealing about that at all. By the
No.
way,
This one's not
I
even
didn't
going on
realize
the
it was such a
screen.
realistic looking foot. I
It's-
thought it was
that's-
just kind of like
that's
the
what was
general
always
shape
so
of a foot
disturbing about it. Was
that looks like a foot.
yeah, it's got nails and everything.
that's like a guy that's gonna cut somebody's fucking feet off.
That's
You
why.
know,
Like, what
it's
are we
like-
teaching this guy?
Yeah.
Which
But I
funeral
think-
home is selling those?
I think that guy is the guy who buys those because they gotta sell them.
He might
Otherwise, they
manufacture
wouldn't.
them.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be all over the place.
If
Yeah.
not, birthday present.
Don't get any fucking ideas. You have a fucking box
That's
of
why
feet
he
shipped
wants
up
to
here.
know what size shoe she wears.
So he
Making
can
a
order
model.
the
He's planning
right
on
size
cutting
one.
off her fucking foot, and he
Right.
wants to have the shoe ready when he does
He's
it.
probably making a mold. Can you mass produce it?
Get him one of those and say, "Look, I found out what shoe size she
I know
wears,
what the deal is.
and it's this one." And then give it to him in a shoe.
in a shoe.
Yeah. Just
you got to look at what types of shoes she's wearing already, and then just make it a little fancier than what she's wearing. Because obviously he wants her in a new shoe, but he's noticed her shoes enough to like her shoes.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to buy her shoes off her feet. Maybe that's possible.
That's even worse. You made it creepier.
Well, he's just a weirdo. I don't know. He's fucking a lot of questions.
Have these new shoes. I'll take care of your old ones.
Yeah, I'll take the old ones and recycle them. Fucking animals. People are fucked.
That's still
oh
attached.
my God! Look, it's attached to the.
Everything's attached. We're all gonna die.
Thank you to the past master for this goddamn dongle thing with the attached to the paracord, attached to the fucking key ring, attached to the mic stand. That way I never lose it again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Worth it. Whatever it costs. Totally fucking worth it. All right. Well, we're going to go. We're going to let Fred clean this fucking room up because it looks like shit right now because he's making a mess.
Yep.
All the shit he's tracked in here, all the goddamn garbage he's left behind.
It's a lie.
It's fucking outrageous.
I agree.
Okay, I was looking for a response. Yeah,
No, I mean, like, what do you want me to say?
Everybody agree with that?
Brian.
Everybody agrees, Fred.
Fucking +1. I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's goddamn truth.
I don't know.
Like.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense.
Hashtag like?
No,
Yep.
you crossed the line. It's too far. All right, well, thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing, doing all the shit. Visit the support page, eldoradostudio.net. Help us out. Keep the show going. Work safe. We'll see you next week.
Hit it.
Hit it.